I do feel that people are coming too hard on this thing, man.
Oh, hey,
I'm
yo.
gonna ask y'all, how do y'all feel about now the mixed emotions out here? Me
Hmm.
personally, I think that family come first. If it's something to do with your family, everything else off limits. But you got people out here. That's my now. See, people gonna take what I say and twist it. They're gonna say, "Oh, take hating on LeBron, something like this." Blah blah. No, I'm saying if it's something with his family, because we know he got an issue with his son, it just happened, and your family come before anything. That's my stance. So if LeBron James missed D Wade's Hall of Fame ceremony because of that, then there's nothing nobody can say about LeBron. But I'm still seeing a lot of people criticizing LeBron, saying, "Oh, well, he's on social media doing this. He's celebrating, partying, even after the fact, doing that." But you couldn't show up to D Wade's retirement or his Hall of Fame ceremony. Where y'all standing on that? That's all I really want to ask y'all.
I actually hate people like that, right? Because it's like I hate it because let's say if something you have something to do ticket and it's at a time frame where I cannot do it. Doesn't mean like after that time frame I can't do something else, right? I got something to do with my kids, bro. I got something to do with my family, and it is what it is. My time, the timetable just not matching up. Now that doesn't mean that just because I didn't show up to your Hall of Fame, John, I can't go out and do something else afterwards. Like that doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Shout out to Phantom. But it's just weird. It's just weird that people just sit here and try to criticize people and find weird angles to tear them down. And I just hate people that be doing stuff like that. I don't support that at all.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm 100% on Ticket's side. If it had something to do with his son, he had every right to miss it. Honestly, even if it didn't have something to do with his son, we don't know what goes on in LeBron James' day-to-day life. And let me know if my fan is too like loud or whatever.
Nah, you
But
good, you good.
But yeah, even if it wasn't for his son, if he had some business shit he was obligated to go to, if it was anything that wasn't just him going to a Drake concert, I guess. If he
Damo,
pops up
Damo,
at
I don't want
Drake
to
or
cut you off.
Beyonce's concert,
Damo, I don't want to cut you off. Damo. Now look at what everybody said, Damo. Doug, put Sosa's comment on the screen real quick. Sosa, Les Tony, put his comment on the screen.
Let me see.
This is what we be talking about. Put Sosa, Les, whatever his name is, comment on the screen, Doug. This is what we be talking about. Nobody's in here hating on LeBron James. This is the now, Chilltown. This is the reason why people dislike LeBron James. No, put it back on the screen real quick, Doug. This is the reason why people dislike LeBron James. Because when we come in here and we say that other people are wrong for criticizing a situation they don't know, you still have booty hole, jockstrap sniffing ass dudes like this that will come on a channel and say y'all gotta hate on Bron every day. This is disgusting, Chilltown. And Damo, this is the reason why that this man fam he is such hated around the world because of his fan base, bro, would do foolishness like this without even listening, bro. Go ahead, Damo, man.
Yeah, honestly, even if it wasn't family, if it was business, anything like that, he had the right to miss it. Like Dub said, that doesn't mean he's not going to do something afterwards. That doesn't mean he can't celebrate or do something or pay homage afterwards. He just couldn't be there. Y'all niggas is too into what these niggas got going on in their day-to-day lives. Shit's sad. Y'all need to touch some grass or something. And for the niggas saying we hating on LeBron, I ain't gonna lie, Ticket, you right, but I feel like every player that's in a GOAT conversation or that's influential in their era, all they fans got extremists for all them niggas at some point. They're extremist Jordan fans. My grandfather, rest his soul, he was an extremist Kareem Abdul-Jabbar fan. There's extremists for everybody. So yeah, people gotta stop being so extreme with these players, bro. It is just basketball. I know we love the game, but I promise you there are things bigger to life than basketball, bro. You gotta relax.
I ain't never seen an extreme Tim Duncan fan. That's just me.
He boring. That's what, more.
Exactly.
You ain't never been to San Antonio.
Well, duh. Of course, I've never been to San Antonio.
Yeah.
And Chilltown, I did a stream last night because I saw one of my boys. He did a stream going off on LeBron, and I disagreed with the brother.
Was it Mookie?
Disagreed with him because I thought that he criticizing LeBron. He doesn't know, like we don't know what these guys' personal situations are. Like LeBron could have talked to D Wade. D Wade could have told LeBron, "Look, don't come, stay with, take care of your son." And that's why I had that video. I did a video last night on it. And these idiots, instead of listening to the video, they won't listen to the video. They'll judge you. They'll judge a book. They'll judge a book by a cover and won't even read the book. And that's the problem. That is the reason. That is a big reason, Chill Town, why I and myself and a lot of other people do not like LeBron James or a lot of his fans, because that's how these dudes are. They're like overprotective hoes that's running around that can't get off your nuts. Now, what's your thoughts about it, dog?
You could be a representative. Your representation could be fatal to you. Like Ticket, I might not even know you, but the people that talk about you, they might make me hate you, and you might be completely opposite of that. And I never spoke to you, but what I see on TV and everything I've heard about you, all of that stuff could just go away, because everybody that talk about you, the fans that you have, could just completely sour me to you. Where I'm like, yo, I can't stand this dude. I hate everything about him. I don't even know you. I don't know nothing about you, except what I see on TV, except what I've seen in magazines or through your fans. I'm like, I can't stand this dude. Now, I'm 100% confident that if LeBron James could have been at that Hall of Fame ceremony, he would have been there. That's his man. That's not just somebody that he knows. He came up with the dude. So he didn't just not show up just because. I'm sure that there was something really valid on why he couldn't be there. Was Chris Paul there? Because last I checked, him and Wade tight too.
I don't know. I didn't see him.
Yeah. How about Carmelo Anthony? Was he there?
Yeah, he was there.
Okay, because I don't remember seeing Carmelo Anthony there. But the point is that if there was something going on with that dude, there was a reason why he wasn't there. He just did not show up. And I'm sure him and Wade had a conversation about it, because he's basically been to everything else with Wade, just like Wade has been to everything else with him. But you can have a fan base, you can have a representation that causes other people to hate you unwarranted without even knowing what the situation is.
Well, no, I said him, some of the things he does too, but I'm saying his fan base is what pushes it over the top. Like this clown in the super chat says, "Oh, you hate a guy because of his family." I didn't say that. Listen to my words. I said because of the things he does, and then his fan base over.
He wasn't talking to you, Ticket, though.
Yeah, well, he said it in the super chat. I seen him, but take things over the top. See what I'm saying? So my whole thing is to Chill Town is this, bro. I wasn't in agreement to the people who criticize LeBron James for that, bro. I don't think that's cool, because listen, and that's my boy. I don't think that you should criticize him for a situation that we don't personally know what he's going through. Like I seen a lot of people online criticize him for going to the gym the day after his son was sick. Bro, you don't know how different people deal with pain and stuff. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like I said this last night, like I used to look at my father every time we go to a funeral, he never cried. I'm like, man, I asked my mom, like, why you don't never cry? Like, they cold-hearted. Like, now I got a cold-hearted daddy. He was like, nah, he just don't show the pain in front of everybody else. When he by himself, that's when he grieve or whatever. He get it off his chest or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you got some people like me, whenever I had problems, I just go to the basketball court. So I could relate to what LeBron James did. A lot of these people who don't play sport, and they don't understand that, bro. So I didn't like, to me, I thought that was unfair criticism that I was seeing, because I was seeing a lot of it of him. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said before, I'm pretty much sure that he and D-Wade had a conversation beforehand, and D-Wade understood, or D-Wade may have told him, look, stay, what you got to do, don't even worry about showing up right now. I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I think that their relationship is like that. I don't think that LeBron would just do that to the people that was criticizing him. I thought that was not fair. But this is what I'm talking about right here. Even with me saying that, you guys, these mofos in the comment section, they don't care. They don't care about listening to the context of what you say. They only care about, oh, well, you may have criticized him before as a basketball player or something like that. It's clown shit, Dub, and I hate these people, bro. I'll be honest with you. I hate them niggas with a passion, bro.
I feel you, bro. I feel the same way. It's just the fandom, right? Fandoms are weird. That's what they do. They're going to always reach for people who are famous because they ain't got nothing going for themselves. And, you just got to go with those blows. So LeBron and D-Wade probably not even thinking twice about it. They know what it is. And, just it is what it is. Let me shout out some of these members real quick. Mo Sama. I'm not going to say anything else, but Mo Sama became a YouTube member. Malvin, J. Dot, Big Ron, shout out to you. D9, Almighty Lambo, and QC. Appreciate y'all for joining the PC crew, man. Indoor Voices with a super chat. Should the NBA make their own Hall of Fame with specific criteria? What should the criteria be? Must have at least 5 All-NBAs, 1 chip, or awards. That was an example.
No, I'm all for the Basketball Hall of Fame, man. It's not that. I don't think it's that deep, bro. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. Basketball we love basketball. You should love basketball from all aspects. It's fine. It really is fine.
I don't care.
Do you have anything like any criteria that people should go off of though?
I never use someone as a Hall of Famer in my arguments because it doesn't mean anything to me. So I don't care. They can keep it how it is. If they made an NBA Hall of Fame, I'd still never bring it up. So I don't care. Congratulations to everyone who's in the Hall of Fame. Great achievement. I don't care.
I do think half the people will be out of the Hall of Fame because a lot of them are in there because they're international careers or college careers. So I do think that half of the guys that's in there would be out if that was the case. So I do think it is important. I disagree with Mars on that standpoint because if that's the case, then you would have certain guys like Tony Kukoc wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. See what I'm saying? Certain guys like that would not be in the Hall of Fame. You know? So I just that when you look at it from a broad perspective, if it was just an NBA Hall of Fame, then they would be going off just your NBA career. And I don't think guys like Tony Kukoc NBA career solidified him being a Hall of Famer. You know, and it's other guys just like that too that was great internationally, and that is the reason why they get into the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? It's because their international career, but not the NBA career. But then here's a problem I have with that. Like for a lot of the guys that's in the Hall of Fame, they don't use their ABA careers. They won't use their ABA careers. So you won't use ABA, you won't use CBA when it was prevalent. You know what I'm saying? You won't use any of those other leagues, but you will use international leagues to justify a lot of these guys getting into the Hall of Fame. So I just think I think the list will be probably 100 some players shorter if they took out the other international and college, you know.
Pirate, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I mean, I like it the way it is. If I were going to make one change to the Hall of Fame, I would just induct less people per year, just because it seems like too many people end up getting in. Like basketball has the smallest rosters. It doesn't seem right that you're inducting just about the same amount of people in basketball as you are in football when there's like 6 times as many people on a football roster, you know. But I also feel like it's a little too late to do that because they've already been inducting 4, 5, 6 people a year every year for so long. It probably wouldn't be fair to the current and next coming players if we did that, but that's probably the biggest change I would make.
Hold on, why is that? When you're looking at 500 people, that's like only what 5%. That's so, and then you're not even talking about all players. You're talking about coaches. You're talking about female player, and then the guys that got in was legit this time. I mean, Dirk, D Wade, Pop, Becky Hammond. I didn't see no. So when you say that, it's not like they're putting in 20 every year. Or 25 or 30.
Yeah, I think that's where the whole criticism of there are too many people in the Basketball Hall of Fame stems from is the fact that most people, either subliminally or not, you're comparing it to the Football and the Baseball Hall of Fame, where it's just a larger pool of people that you're pulling from. So in those sports, it's a much smaller tier of people who actually make the Hall of Fame. But I mean, kind of like Mars and Domo said, I don't really care too much either way. I don't trip out too much over Hall of Fame and retired jerseys and that kind of stuff. Like, I like to celebrate as many players as possible. So personally, I don't mind. You know,
I would say if anything, you can keep the number of people inducted, but probably just don't do it every year. I would say do it every 2 or 3 years, I guess, to limit numbers to make it more, I guess, prestigious. Like every 3 years, you're gonna have people induct into the Hall of Fame, so they really get it right. But that's probably the only change I would make. I don't know about eliminating college or overseas play. And I've seen somebody in the chat saying, there's other leagues have their own Hall of Fame. The MLB Hall of Fame is strictly for American baseball. The NFL Hall of Fame is just for the NFL. It's not for professional football. It's for the NFL. So CFL don't count. Aussie football doesn't count. Mexican football doesn't count. It is just NFL football.
Mexican football.
And
I think the NHL does as well. I think the NHL has. I think their Hall of Fame is just the NHL.
Got you. You hate a player because of the fans. Weird. Grow up from Tucson.
That's I used to hate NBA YoungBoy because of his fans until I gave him a chance. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Where I used to hate Drake too. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, but Dub, you're a contrarian.
I am a contrarian, so that's just
Yeah,
what
so
I do.
if everyone's praising someone, you just want to be on the other side to just be like, oh, well, you guys are overrating him. That's your place in society.
That is my place. And I'll own up to it. It is what it is. Random guy speaks. At this point, this just comes with the territory, especially with the high-level athletes. Brady, Messi, LeBron, etc. LeBron could help someone cross the street and people would have a problem with it.
Yeah, Messi doesn't really get that much hate. It's LeBron and Cristiano. Like,
Not about the cheating allegations. They about to take away.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They about to take away everything from him.
The people who like all the hate Messi gets is from one group of fans, and it's the Ronaldo fans. That's where all his hate comes from. He doesn't get hate from 99% of football fans.
Hold on, Mars. Messi cheated?
Yes.
I don't know what Dove's talking about.
There's allegations that Barcelona, they're under investigation for like paying off the refs. So they're thinking about taking away all the titles.
I believe stuff like that does go on overseas. It's a lot of corruption in sports overseas, especially football. So that is true.
Yes, there is.
And I think Mars knows about that.
Oh yeah, of course. 100. I don't ever deny corruption in sports, especially in football.
No, but how is they saying this on Messi though? They're saying Messi paid the refs?
No, he played for Barcelona and it was against Barcelona, but I think it got cleared up a while ago. I remember we spoke about it on the Footy Show like a few months ago. And it was something, it got cleared up. I remember we spoke about it. But yeah, the hate Messi gets is because it's solely from Ronaldo fans. No one else hates Messi. Everyone else just calls him the GOAT.
Got you. Mustard said Kobe is in top 20 all time. Do y'all agree?
On defense.
Oh, on defense.
Okay.
Do y'all agree?
Don't listen to anything Honey Mustard says, bro. I don't know why y'all be listening to that, man.
Come on, man.
I agree, but it's fine.
Hold on, you say you agree with him?
Yeah, I don't think Kobe's a top 20 defender of all time.
Give me 20 defenders better than Kobe.
I need to hear this.
Mars, you can't say something like that.
Don't do that.
The reason I have a problem with that, you gotta hear this.
I'm gonna say something.
It's not even about being an instigator, but Mars is so condescending with his Mars is so condescending with his logic sometimes. Like, I can't even believe you guys don't think this. Mars, name 20 defenders better than Kobe Bryant. Name them.
I wasn't being condescending. I'm just like
you rolling your eyes like why do I even have to do this? Name 20 defenders better than Kobe Bryant.
You need to come up with 20 names on the spot. Of course, I'm not gonna have 20 names on the spot, but
then don't say there ain't 20 defenders better than him.
Because I'm 99% sure if I hashed out a list, he wouldn't be top 20. But you guys are asking me to do it on the spot. I'll do it on the spot. Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Nate Thurman, Hakeem. That's 4. Bobby Jones would be 5. Kareem 6. Sidney Moncrief 7. MJ 8. Alvin Robertson 9. Gary Payton 10.
He's struggling.
Garnett.
Jason Kidd 11. Kawhi 12. Scottie Pippen 13. Ben Wallace 14. Tim Duncan 15. Kevin Garnett 16. Dwight Howard, how many is that? 18. 17.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Dikembe 18. Draymond Green 19.
No.
Okay, fine. Disagree with Draymond Green.
Okay, Draymond. Okay, Draymond. Okay, Draymond.
Michael Cooper, Dennis Rodman, David Robinson. I've got past 20. And that's what you
got past 20. Now,
I got past 20.
Is Rudy Gobert better than him?
Dub, I got 20 names. Don't ask me about other people.
No, just serious questions. Like
I don't know, Dub. I've never thought.
You're lying.
I'm glad. Hey, Dub. I'm glad you asked him. Draymond Green is not a better defender than Kobe Bryant.
Neither.
That's fine. If you took Draymond Green off, I still had 20 names. So I don't.
Oh no, hold on. I can keep attacking your list.
Yeah, 21 actually.
Michael Cooper's not a better defender than Kobe Bryant. Sorry, that's not going down.
What are you basing that one on Mars? Is it because he won the Defensive Player of the Year?
No, Michael Cooper never won Defensive Player of the Year, did he?
Yes, he did. In 1987, he did. Defensive Player of the Year.
Didn't even know that. So no, I wasn't basing it off that. No, it's
Mm-hmm.
because I think his defensive prime was longer than Kobe's. Kobe was elite like all-time great from 99 to 01, in my opinion.
Hold on,
from 99 to 01, I think Kobe was playing at an all-time great perimeter defensive level. Right. After that, I think he was still very good, but I don't think he was at an all-time great level. I think Michael Cooper sustained his defensive level for longer than Kobe did. I know Kobe has 12 all defensive teams. I don't care. Same way I didn't know Michael Cooper won a Defensive Player of the Year because I don't care about the defensive accolades. They mean nothing to me.
Okay, let's
I'm
go to
still
the
yet
next
to
name.
see Jaden McDaniels make an all-defensive team. So
Let's go to the next name. Let's go to the next name he named. He said Kareem. Ain't no way in hell Kareem's a better defender than Kobe.
Yeah,
because
I
Kobe Bryant was a more versatile defender than Kareem. Kareem can only defend one position. Kareem can only defend one or two positions. That's power forward.
We have different values. That's why.
Now,
I don't
Mars,
care about versatility. I don't care.
Mars, I want to get back on Michael Cooper, just strictly as a one-on-one defender, because you could be a better team defender and not be a better one-on-one defender. So, for example, I think Larry Bird is a better team defender than Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe Bryant's a better one-on-one defender than Larry Bird. Now, with that being said, when you think about Michael Cooper as a one-on-one defender, what does he have over Kobe Bryant in terms of one-on-one? Because you value rim protection. I value your ability to recover because guys offensively are so good. So I value your ability to recover when you get beat. I take that in a very high regard.
Well, I think Michael Cooper probably, I'd say he had better hands than Kobe did. Kobe also didn't have as high of a motor as Michael Cooper did. Michael Cooper was more consistent on that end of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of screens, Michael Cooper didn't really have to play around screens as much in the 80s anyway. So I'll give Kobe that.
Okay.
Foot speeds, I'd probably lean Kobe at his best, like 99. I'd probably lean Kobe with his foot speed.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Michael Cooper was better at cutting off angles. I think Michael Cooper was probably better against bigger wings.
Mm-hmm.
In the post, I think he was less susceptible to get beat on the post as well. But if you disagree with Michael Cooper, that's probably other names. If you disagree with Michael Cooper, there's probably still other names that I could get to anyway.
Mars, I don't hate you like you think I do. I hate you a little bit, but I don't hate you a lot. Listen, bro.
You disagree with me.
Hold on, Mars. You talking about angles. Did you not see when Kobe Bryant put the clamps on Kyrie Irving? Kyrie was one of the toughest that was one of the toughest defensive assignments in NBA history guarding a nigga like Kyrie Irving. And Kobe Bryant straight put him in a straitjacket, bro. And we can go from Team USA to the real games. Well, Kobe Bryant put that. I'm talking about Kyrie when he was out here really had that basketball on a string and was doing and had more moves than Mike out there on the court. And we talking.
I also saw Kobe lock up LeBron in the 2013 All-Star game. Yeah.
No. I'm not saying, but But peep what I'm saying though. You said. Hold on, no. I'm just Mars. Respectfully, I'm attacking what your point was. You said Michael Cooper with angles. I think Kobe Bryant by far was better than in shutting dudes down, shutting off their angles because of his foot speed, because of his ability. And you said the hand speed. I thought Kobe Bryant's hand speed was elite. I thought his hand movement.
It was. I'm nitpicking against elite defenders. I'm going to nitpick like one could be slightly better.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you think that Michael Cooper could have did to Kyrie what Kobe did?
Do I think a defender from the 80s is looking up a player?
No, I didn't ask you that. I just asked you: do you think Michael Cooper could have did to Kyrie Irving what we saw Kobe do?
And I was answering the question. I don't think a player from the 80s is looking up a player from the 2010s.
So Mars, let's discuss your Michael Cooper screens logic. Well, him having to deal with Bird, he had to run off screens dealing with Bird on the regular.
Yeah, off ball screens, yes, off balls. I was talking about on ball, like
even with pick and roll, because Stockton and Malone were around during that time when Michael Cooper was playing, so he had to deal with him. He had to deal with that too. But even with on ball, even with off ball screens. So also, when you're talking about a player from the 80s, just so you know, Mars, defensive principles do not change. Even if the offense changes, defensive principles don't change. I still have to get in a stance. I still have to move my feet. I still have to get my hands busy. Now, you might have a little bit more offensively where you're crossing over, where you might have a better handle and things like that. But my defensive principles don't change. I still have to cut off angles. Not only do I still have to cut off angles, I still got to beat you to spots. I still got to rebound the basketball after I stop you. I still have to do all of those things. So when you're talking about a guy from the 80s dealing with a guy from the millennium or from the guy from the 2000s, it's not really that much different, with the exception of the fact that I can't really hand check. I have to be a little less physical, but my other defensive principles don't change. So a guy like Kobe Bryant and a guy like Michael Cooper, when you're talking about a guy in the 80s, that really doesn't match up.
I mean, if you think he could play defense in today's game, I'm not going to argue with you, because I just don't care if you could. So, like, once again, it goes back to
Mars. You can't tell me that you don't care and then tell me that a guy can't play defense from the 80s and the 2000s. You can't tell me that you don't care and then say that he doesn't do it. That doesn't work, Mars.
I don't think Bill Russell could play today, but I still think he's a top 5 player of all time.
Why can't Bill Russell play today?
Because
Bill
I
Russell
think-
could totally play it up.
I think if
As
you
a
have-
defender, Mars, just as a
because
defender
I
alone,
think-
why can't he play
because
today?
I think with how primitive NBA offenses was at the time, transporting a player 60 years in the future is not going to work. He never got to see the offenses that exist today. He never saw as many complex schemes as there were today. His basic principles was maybe the most basic pick and roll, and they barely ever run pick and roll. The only team that I really saw run pick and roll consistently was the Cincinnati Royals. That was one team that he would play maybe 8 times a season. So he probably saw pick and roll much less than everyone else saw it. So I just think time traveling a player, I don't care how they look in a different era. He didn't play today, so I don't care how he would look today. It's the same thing with Michael Cooper. I don't think he'd look as good defensively today, but I don't care because he doesn't play today, so it means nothing to me. The same way I don't care about Kareem's lack of versatility versus Kobe, because rim protection in Kareem's era is still just more valuable than what Kobe was doing on the perimeter to me. So I don't care that Kareem couldn't guard 1 through 5 because what he was doing at the rim was still more valuable. So even though someone could be more versatile than Kareem, I don't care. I can still concede it and say it doesn't matter to me. It means nothing to me. Same thing with Michael Cooper. I can acknowledge something or have an opinion on something and still not have it sway my overall outlook on the player. That's just how I.
Which is fair.
I want to say something to you, Chilltown. Chilltown. Well, but based off Mars's logic, then everything he said was complete BS. Then, because in my mindset, Chilltown, in my mindset, and I'm not trying to be funny. My mindset, if you don't think that a person can translate there, because I think this is what makes true greatness. The fact that we feel like players could translate in different eras, their greatness. For example, we look at a guy like a Magic Johnson. His game could translate in this era because of the guys who can shoot, spread the floor, him pushing the ball, him pushing the ball, him being able to get guys shots, him being able to play the pick and roll, him being able to play different styles of basketball. Then we look at a guy like Will Chamberlain. Will Chamberlain's game would be able to translate it because he had a little fadeaway. You understand what I'm saying? He could rebound at a high level. He could run the court. He was an athlete. So he could play this pace of the game. He could play this style of game because he did have better touch than what a lot of people thought. It's different players that the true greatness doesn't have a generational bind on it. Because if you're a truly great player, your game will be able to elevate in different eras. So when we look at guys like Mike, when we look at guys like Kobe, when we look at guys like Shaq, when we look at guys like Hakeem, these guys could have played in any era. We're not questioning whether they could play today, whether they could play in their era, or whether they could play in the era before them. We're not questioning that. If you're questioning whether a guy can play in one era but couldn't play in another in his specific category, and that, for example, Steve Kerr could play in his era because he was a spot-up three-point shooter. But guess what? Steve Kerr was a great three-point shooter. He could play in this era too, because that three-point shooting ain't going nowhere. So we were not only think, okay, Steve Kerr, he is a great three-point shooter. But to say a guy's a great defender, and then you say he's better as somebody with movement, but then say he couldn't play in an era where he was checking guys who was colder with the handle. You understand what I'm saying? No. Let me say it. To say that you don't think Michael Cooper could play in this era defensively against these guys, it don't make no sense, because you wouldn't say you don't think Kobe could defend the guys that Michael Cooper had to defend. And if you don't think those guys were as talented, then Doug, that means I'm right again. Because if Michael Cooper wasn't guarding guys as talented as Kobe was guarding, LeBron, T-Mac, Vince, all these other dudes, then what are we talking about? We ain't even grading on it.
One of the biggest criterias I have when you're talking about being an all-time great. So, for example, the question that was brought up: Kobe Bryant is not a top 20 defender all time. So when I hear the word all time, what I immediately think about when I think about all time, I think about, is your game timeless? That means that if we dropped you in this era, if we dropped you in this time, does that mean that you can do the same thing you were doing then that you do now? So a guy like Bryant, would he still be an elite defender in the game today? I think Bryant would be an elite defender, elite wing defender in the game today. If Bill Russell, if you transported him from 1962 into 2022, like you said, he was seeing pick and rolls 8 times a game. I mean, he was only seeing that 8 times a year. Well, at that time, there was only 8 teams in the league, which means that the best competition, I was seeing that competition more often, which means that if that's going on in today's game, I have a quicker option to adjust to that. Because now I'm seeing it even more than what I was seeing it when I was dealing with the best. as opposed to I only saw that every once in a while. If I only saw it 8 times a year, but we had 30 teams in the league and only 2 teams were running it, and I only played those teams a specific amount of times and nobody else was doing it, then it would be a longer adjustment period, as opposed to where there's less teams in the league. I'm seeing these teams more often, and that means that I got to see this a lot more. Other teams see that, and now they're running this stuff, and I got to pick up on this quicker. So now if everybody's running it in the NBA, that means that gives me a quicker adjustment period, which means that Bill Russell would be able to do the same thing in terms of pick and roll, to your point, in today's game. So when you're talking about a guy like Bill Russell being an all-time great, his game defensively has to translate from 1962 to today in order for him to be an all-time great.
And Chilltown, don't tell me he won't be. He'll be right above. He'll be way above the level of guys like Clint Capella, all these other guys that they got starting now, getting all this money. He's way above level of guys like JaVale McGee's, all those other guys. So if those guys can play today, be starting centers at certain points in their careers and earn all this money, Bill Russell, who was a great shot blocker, who was a great athlete, who had great timing and stuff like that defensively, and was a great rebounder, there's no way on the earth he couldn't play in this NBA, because I mean he would eat the ball, he would clean the glass, he would be a great shot blocker, help shot blocker, because his athleticism ain't going nowhere, and they play small ball a lot in this league, so it ain't like he's playing against a whole bunch of 7-footers every night that's bigger than him, that's stronger than him. So I mean, like I said before, man, I don't think his offensive game with
Bill Russell.
Yes,
I'm just hearing all the Bill Russell praise. Like this is the first time I've ever heard Ticket.
No, I'm saying his offensive game.
I think Bill Russell's the top 5 player.
You praise Bill Russell. Ticket, I've never heard him praise Bill Russell. I'm just listening to silence.
No, I'm just speaking of defensively. I don't praise Bill Russell because I look at both sides of the ball. I'm talking about when we talk about the top 10 all the time. I look at both sides of the ball. Like you don't see me have one player in the top 10 that don't play both sides of the ball, that can't play both sides of the ball. I just think
I don't mind the Bill Russell praise. That you can keep going.
Will you say, Dub?
What do you have, Magic Johnson?
No, Dub, let him praise.
Oh, I got. Hold on. But Magic Johnson wasn't as bad as a defender as you make it out to be, Dub.
He really wasn't, Dub.
But you lied, Dub. You lied to people. Hold on, Mark. Dub, you're a liar. You come in here and purposely lie to people and make it seem as if Magic Johnson was the worst defender on earth. That is a cold-blooded, and I love you, bro. That's a cold-blooded lie.
He was definitely better than Luka defensively. No question about it.
That's a low bar.
We talking about era portability. We talking about eras and games traveling across eras. Mars. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear it no more. I'm sorry.
I was hearing Bill Russell praise.
I'm sorry. Maybe for that.
I'll get back to this Kobe Bryant thing, Mars. I want to talk about this a little bit more.
Maybe for that time, it wasn't as bad defensively, but especially when you start sitting here talking about plugging him out of his own area and putting him in different time zones, the defense is going to take a drop off because of that. He wasn't facing as much talent. Whenever we go against quicker and smaller guards, he'll be getting cooked. So he wouldn't really be, he wouldn't be that good defensively across different areas. Like, I'm sorry, he's not. And you talk about Bill Russell. I'm sorry, Chilltown. I have to disagree. I'm sorry, Mars. I have to disagree.
No, I agree with you. I don't think it translates today, but
Bill Russell translating where in a league, he played in a league, number one, where they segregated the talent because they were racist, number one. Number two, they played in an era where the three-point line wasn't relevant. So guess what?
That meant talent because they were racist. Is that what you just said?
Yes,
is that what you just said? Even though the Boston Celtics had 8 dudes on that crew that were black. 8 in the most racist city.
And pretty much every starting center was black.
Know what Bill Russell was going
every starting center was black. I mean,
I'm sorry if I interrupted you. I apologize.
Then on top of that, you talk about the height difference and back then, the players back then were smaller than the players back of today. The center position is relatively the same. Just look it up on Google. The forwards and the small forwards and even the guards were all smaller back then than it is today. So this height conversation talking about Ticket means absolutely nothing because they're taller today than they were back then. And they played at a faster pace where they're just rim running the whole fucking time and doing a little bit dribble handballs at the low post. And now he's going to be facing defenses where they're doing it in the high post. He needs to be out on the perimeter and cover more space with the 3-point line. Y'all going to expect me to think he's going to be the same defender? What are we talking about?
I mean, honestly, can I just say with I think the Bill Russell arc has kind of gone full circle. Like, I think Bill Russell would have had trouble in the 90s. You know, if he's up against Shaq or Hakeem, he might have had trouble. I think his game is actually pretty well suited for the game today. I mean, he's quick, he's mobile. He can leap. I think he would do well in space. It's not rocket science. I mean, he was a tremendous athlete.
So number one, Dub, just so you know, in 1967, and I want to make sure that I'm understanding this correctly. If I'm wrong, you can go fact check me. But in 1967, the average height in the NBA was 6'6.5". Today is 6'7". That's the average player in the NBA. So it's not like all of these guys are just towering over everybody today like they were back then. Okay, that's number one. Number two, with Bam Adebayo and Bill Russell, can Bill Russell not do what Bam Adebayo does?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Exactly.
Bill Russell being the rim protector that he is. Bill Russell being the glass cleaner that he is. Bill Russell, just so you know, Dub, Bill Russell was an Olympic athlete. And one of the main reasons in being a great defender, in addition to being smart, you have to be a really good athlete. Bill Russell was an elite athlete, one of the best chase down big man blockers and one of the best chase down big men rim protectors in NBA history. A glass cleaner going up against Chamberlain, going up against Nate Thurman, going up against Willis Reed. I mean, I can continue with the big guys, right? With all of that being said, playing in today's game, which was just as fast as back then, if not faster, now it's even more spread out. Now you got an athlete like Bill Russell still having to rim protect, still having to run back in transition. He can do this. There's no reason for me to think that he couldn't do back then what he's doing today, which would explain why he's an all-time great.
Let me tell you why he won't be Bam Adebayo. Number one, you talk about being an athlete. There's tons of athletes that don't even get drafted or don't even pan out in that league. So the athleticism argument doesn't work because there's tons of crazy athletes that just don't pan out. That's one. Two, we talk about the foot speed. We talk about the awareness. We talk about the defensive coverage that they have to do now that they weren't doing back then. That's all things that's hard to get around. That's a hard learning curve. He wasn't going up against guards like Curry, going up against guards like Dame. Bam Adebayo is guarding these people. So he won't even be challenging these guys at all, being 6'9". Even then, put him on Giannis, put him on Jokic, put him on Giannis, put him on Jokic. He's gonna be getting torched far worse than what Bam was doing in the postseason. Because at the end of the day, Giannis is just going to be bulldozing and Jokic is just so too big of a body. He's just going to be shooting over him, and he's not going to be doing even a good enough job of Bam Adebayo. And think about it. We're putting him on Bam Adebayo's level. Bam Adebayo isn't even a top 5, top 10 player. So how is Bill Russell close to himself?
We're talking about
I'm saying he'd be better than Bam.
We're talking about Bam Adebayo, and I don't mean to cut you off, Dub. So I want you to continue if you weren't done.
No, I finished that right.
So what the point that I was making was we're talking about just Bam defensively. That's what we were talking about. That's number one. Number two, you talking about switchability, having to deal with Curry, having to deal with who's, by the way, the best player in the league. Last I checked, he was dealing with Jerry West. He was dealing with Elgin Baylor. He was dealing with Walt Frazier. He was dealing with those guys on the wing. There's a reason why that team that he was on, the minute that he got on that team, they went from being one of the worst teams defensively to being at the top of the league defensively. They weren't very good offensively. Overall, offensively, they weren't very good. But defensively, there's a reason why they went to the top of the league. That was because of him.
Let me ask you this. You play ball, right? Is it harder to defend people where you have to respect their jump shot or not?
I'm on record. It's definitely harder to defend on the block than it is on the wing.
No.
Guard, I'm on record saying that.
Not the block, because the big man, that's different. Guards. Is it harder to defend guards or perimeter players when they have shooting capabilities or not?
Well, that's a rhetorical question, Dub. I don't have to deal with you as much if you can't shoot.
So it's harder to defend.
He's agreeing with you. It's harder to defend someone if they can shoot.
Okay, yes, so Bill Russell, Jerry West is probably the main one, but him going against Walt Frazier and even Oscar Robertson, who's rim running the majority of the time, compared to going up against Stephen Curry.
Oscar had a ton of jump shots, dude. Oscar shot a lot of jump.
Mid-range, not the 3-point.
Well, that wasn't
dude, but I mean, mid-range was like up to 20 feet. I mean, they shot from fair distance back then.
And you're under the impression, Dub. And you're under the impression that all we're doing, and you're under the impression, Dub, that all we're doing, which is what they do today, is switch. Just so you know, when the pick and roll comes, you don't have to switch. And you brought up the idea of Bill Russell. You brought up the idea of Bill Russell being an athlete. Well, just being an athlete. I brought up being an athlete being a part of being a great defender. You also have to know what you're doing. And Bill Russell was incredibly smart as a defender, which would explain why he was so good. He knew how to cut off angles. Bill Russell invented blocking shots to stay in bounds so we could keep the possession going. That was him who started that. None of these other guys were doing. They were blocking shots in the third and fourth row, giving you another opportunity to get the ball back. Bill Russell blocking shots, keeping them in bounds so they can speed their game up, where Bob Cousy was running the ball down the floor. That's what Bill Russell was doing. So when I think about today, which again, we're talking about being really smart. So when I think about today, if him doing that as fast as the game is, can you imagine him getting the ball out in transition?
The game was faster back then. What are we talking about?
And that's the point that I'm making. So if you can you imagine him blocking shots today and getting the ball out to Tyrese Halliburton, or him getting the ball out to Tyrese Maxey, as opposed to throwing it in the third row and giving Joel Embiid another shot at scoring on him again? How much smarter would he be? How much smarter is that today than any other time, Dub?
Y'all fucking lie.
Bill Russell just
no.
It's not just Bill Russell. It's the whole era. Like, honestly,
y'all are a lie.
I'm loving this.
Y'all are a blatant lie. Number one,
the
era back then was far faster than it is back then. So
that was his point.
No, the impact isn't going to be felt the same way as today as it was back then because of that. No, it's not. When it's at a slower pace, they're playing at 112, 115, sometimes even 120 paces back then. Now we're at 99, 100. It's not going to be felt the same at all because it's not as fast as it's today. You talk about him against Joel Embiid, who's a bigger body than him, who could shoot over him. Like, what are we talking about? He wasn't going against. He wasn't going.
And he did the same. Last I checked, Chamberlain was in the league when he was walking.
Who's more skilled?
Chamberlain worked him pretty good.
Who's more skilled? Wilt Chamberlain or Joel Embiid?
Has Joel Embiid averaged 50? What are we talking about?
Forget the 50, Mars. Take the 50 off the table. Just so you know, Dub, Wilt Chamberlain played for the Harlem Globetrotters. I just want to put that on you.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? The traveling circus, which is what they were. So in terms of a ball handler, right? So in terms of a dribbler, you just saw what Wilt Chamberlain was doing in the NBA. You just saw that because that's how the NBA game was. Wilt was ridiculously versatile. I don't want to get on that. I want to get back to it. Because even though Mars is loving this, I want to get back with Mars. I want to get back with
in the post. Wilt was more skilled.
You have no idea about Wilt Chamberlain, none whatsoever.
In the post, Wilt is more skilled.
My man that I'm on a show with on Thursday night doesn't. He thinks that you.
And Mars, the fact you letting this man lie about shit is ridiculous.
What are we lying about, Mars?
I don't care.
No, what are we lying about?
Go ahead.
We already talked about the fact that the game is faster back then. The point is that the game is still fast today. It's not like they walking the ball up the floor. That's not what's going on, Dub. And not only are they not walking the ball up the floor, when you are blocking shots, where if I'm thinking of a lead guard in the game. If I got Jalen Brunson, I'm blocking shots. Instead of blocking it in the third row, I'm blocking it inbounds and kicking it out to Jalen Brunson, and we speeding up the game. As opposed to I'm blocking shots, and now again I got Joel Embiid on the box, or I got another big guy on the block that I have to deal with and giving him another opportunity. How much better are we offensively?
So why isn't Rudy so good? Why isn't Rudy so dominant?
What do you mean? Why isn't Rudy so dominant? He was a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Not only was he a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Let's rewind the clock. And I said this to you already, Dub. I am on record saying this to you. This Utah Jazz team that he was on when they were in the playoffs, just so you know, when he was on the floor, I think they were the second or the best defense in the league. They dropped to 27 when he was off the floor.
Why?
They were at the bottom of the league.
My question
to
you.
But your logic with Rudy Gobert, you come up with one example. And just so you know, Terrence Mann, when he went off on Rudy, that's the only time he ever scored 30 in his career.
Nobody's talking about Rudy not being a good defender. Well, I'm asking you, why isn't he so dominant in the league with with everything you just gave me, with him blocking shots, speeding up the game, and changing the pace? Why isn't he so dominant being a top 10, top 5 player if he's doing everything that you just told me that Bill Russell would do?
Why isn't he so dominant? What do you mean? Why isn't he so dominant? He was the Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. Number one, he was an All NBA performer plenty of times, an All NBA performer. Plenty of times.
Was he a top 5 or top 10 player ever?
I don't think he was a top 10 player ever. No. I don't.
Okay, so that's not him dominating. He's defensively, we could say
they're two different players.
But he's not.
And that's the point. Dominating defensively isn't the point. Even though the Utah Jazz, I believe it was in 21. I think it was in 21. They had the number 1 seed. I believe that they had. I think they had the number 1 seed. By the way, so the idea of him not dominating, yes, he did.
Oh my God! All right, Mars, you got it. Mars, you got it. You can talk about Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, Kobe's not a top 20 defender of all time.
Now, and back to the Michael Cooper logic. And Mars, you and I are on the same page with bigs. I want to make sure we clear on that. I value rim protection, and I think it's harder to defend on the block than it is on the perimeter because it's just you and me down there. There is no help. If you get by me, that's just it. Now, when I think about Michael Cooper as a defender, I think Kobe was a better one-on-one defender. I do think that he was better at cutting off angles. I think he was able to be a little bit more. I'm not going to say he was able to be he was able to be a little bit more physical, not relative to the era, because you could be physical in the 80s. But I think that he was able to be more physical because he was bigger. I think he was stronger than Michael Cooper. So I think that elevated his versatility because I think they were the same size, like 6'5", 6'6". But the fact that Kobe Bryant was a little stronger, I think that elevated his versatility, being able to stop, being able to slow down a guard. His size were bigger. I think that Michael Cooper struggling against guys like Larry Bird, who are 6'8", 6'9", 6'10". I think that Kobe would have had less of a difficult time against guys. Not Larry Bird, but less of a difficult time because he was stronger. When I think about guys like that.
If I give you Michael Cooper, just for the sake of argument, he's still not top 20. So
Mo Cheeks,
Alonzo Mourning.
Those are bigs.
Yeah, so like that's the reason I don't have him top 20 because there's a bunch of bigs.
Because I'm taking a big guy defensively who's elite over a perimeter defender.
That's why Kobe's not in my top 20. If you said perimeter defenders, Kobe would be in my top 20. But it said top 20 defender of all time. I'm gonna take majority bigs, and I got put on the spot, and I ended up naming a bunch of perimeter players because I was just coming up with it on the fly.
Right.
If you gave me time to hash out a list, I'm sure 17 of them would be bigs. And then Scottie Pippen and Kawhi would make up like the other two. Like, for the most part, it's just all going to be bigs. And like, that's no disrespect to Kobe Bryant. It's just, I'm not going to take a guard over a big when they're taking away the most valuable real estate on the court by protecting the paint. That's just more valuable than Kobe being able to stop someone one-on-one, in my opinion. So, yeah, like Alonzo Mourning, Mark Eaton, I could probably come up with some more bigs, but he wouldn't be in my top 20. That's all it is. And I'm not disrespecting Kobe by saying that
if we could expand it a little bit, Mars, you mentioned perimeter players. So if we could expand it, was he a better perimeter defender than Bruce Bowen?
If you gave me 1 year of Kobe defensively versus 1 year of Bruce Bowen, I'd rather have Kobe. But like for a career, I think Bruce Bowen was more consistent. So
he was more consistent. How about Joe Dumars?
I think
Joe Dumars kind of lives on the Chicago series, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Kobe. I'd take Kobe.
I'll take Kobe. I'll take Kobe over Joe Dumars, in my opinion.
Are you taking Tony Allen too? I mean, are you taking Kobe over Tony Allen too? Because if you're taking him over Joe Dumars, if you're taking him over Joe Dumars, and you're taking him over Alvin Robinson,
I ain't taking him over Alvin Robinson. No, Alvin Robinson.
You're taking Alvin Robinson and Sidney Moncrief both over him.
Yeah, Gary Payton as well.
Definitely Sidney.
You're taking Gary Payton over him, but you're not comfortable with Tony Allen.
Nah, I'll give Kobe that one.
And the reason why I'm asking you, Mars, is because these guys were in the same mold. But I do think that Tony Allen, I do think Sidney Moncrief, Alvin Robinson, Joe Dumars, I think that those guys were all better defensively than Tony Allen. I think that they were all better than him. However, when I think about Bryant as a perimeter defender, and when I think about his ability to rebound, his ability to come up with big stops, he could have been a better team defender, but one-on-one, he was elite. Now, I think you shortchanging him, Mars, because I do think that defensively, I think he was elite longer than 3 years. You said 99 to 01.
I said all-time great for 3 years. I think he was still good.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, okay, so all-time
great.
Yeah,
I'm not giving him all-time great for more than 3 years.
I'm prepared to go to 04. That's as far as I'm prepared to go. I'm not prepared to go past 04. I'm not prepared to go past that. I won't go 05. I won't go 06, even though he wasn't on the all-league defensive team. I will not go that far. But I will go. I will go to 04.
I've watched a lot of 03 Kobe. That was the year Shaq was dealing with his foot injuries. I wasn't seeing all-time great defense. I wasn't.
I 100% was.
We once again we can agree to
That's
disagree.
fair.
Fair. He's a top 20 perimeter defender of all time. He'd probably be top 15, but just overall defenders, nah. Like I'm taking peak Bill Walton, but it was 1 year. But I'll take him as well.
I'm not taking Draymond Green, who had a way shorter prime defensively than Kobe Bryant. Sorry.
What? Let me ask you a question. Mars, since he brought up Draymond Green, what was Draymond showed up in 2012? I think we're in 2020. We're going into the 24 season. What is Draymond's prime defensive years? I'm sorry, all-time great defensive years.
16, 17, 18,
16, 17,
22.
18.
Huh?
What? Why is he saying?
Keep going, Mars. 22.
Probably because he had to get subbed out.
Yeah, 16, 17, 18, and 22 are elite. The 19 postseason was all-time great, but he wasn't consistent in the regular season. I think he was overweight. So
he did drop 25 pounds during that season. He did.
So 19 is like half. 20, no. 21, I'll give him because the Warriors' defense was elite because of him. 21, I'll give him. So 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, and then half of 19. So
5.5 years
of all-time great defensive production, in my opinion.
And Bryant, I'll give you 99.
You'd give Kobe 5 years.
I'll give you 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, and 2004 is as far as I'm going.
Yeah, but 15 is an all-time great from Draymond, but I think it was elite. And then 23 is an all-time great either, but I think it was also elite. So
now when you talk about Leonard, Mars, what elite seasons, all-time great seasons? Because I'm only to be honest with you, I'll give Leonard 3.
I'd give him definitely 15 to 17.
15, 16, 17.
And then I think
14, he wasn't there yet. He was on his way to being there. He wasn't there yet.
You'd have to like make a strong argument for 14. And
he wasn't there yet.
I'd give him 15, 16, and 17. But they're so all-time great. Like from a perimeter defensive standpoint, I think only Scottie Pippen's played at that level defensively. So that's why I'll give him the edge over Kobe. And also, I just don't have 5 years for Kobe either. I also had 3 for Kobe.
Right.
And I'm taking the 3 of Kawhi over the 3 for Kobe defensively. So,
all right.
Shout out to Kobe, though. Great defender.
Yes, he was. Fantastic.
Yeah. I don't want to be called a hater, so.
Cool.
So niggas getting credit for part-time work now. All right. That's all I'm saying, man. Nigga get to play half the season. We getting a nigga full credit. And then
was Kawhi part-time in 15, 16, and 17?
The other dude get to be fat and out of shape half the season, and we gonna give him half the season, man. Come on, man.
I don't think Kawhi was part-time in 15, 16, or 17.
Let's do it like Damo's channel say, man. Let's keep it a buck, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah, well, okay, let's keep it a buck. How was Kawhi part-time in 15, 16, and 17?
Y'all go subscribe to Damo channel. Let's keep it a buck. Listen, I'm just saying this to you, dog. I agree. Kawhi had 3 elite years. I'm talking about Draymond Green. I'm talking about him too. You just counted a year of Draymond where he was out of shape for most of the season.
Half a
and
year.
you credited for the playoffs.
I said half a year. You can take it off. I don't care. I'm not.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that Kobe was still elite defensively more years than both of those dudes.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. So that's the point. I don't agree. You can disagree with me, and I'm perfectly fine.
That is insane. I'm not. And I'm gonna say this to you too. I'm gonna say this to you too. I think we give Draymond credit more so for as a team defender because Draymond Green had great defenders around him, bro. He had Iggy around him. He had all these other great defenders that was around him, bro. It wasn't like he was just standing out there by himself. Klay Thompson was great some of those years. Iggy was great some of those years.
Bogut.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, Bogut was big. Bogut was big.
Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, Andrew Bogut was a great rim protector. He could have changed the NBA final series. So, like I said, when you look at Kobe, who was all the great defenders around Kobe?
Shaq.
Hold on. Shaq wasn't known as a great defender.
Yes, he was. Robert Horry too.
Oh, so now hold on. Got your ass, Mars. Now you remember when I told y'all that Robert Horry was a great post defender, and they came in here and attacked me. I'm gonna rewind that. I'm gonna pull up that video from the archive.
I remember that.
I vividly remember.
I was bugging on that.
You said Robert Horry was a better defender than Draymond Green and quoted his defensive rating.
I've never
disagreed.
You said Robert Horry better than Draymond Green. I said he was a better defender than him that year, and I believe he was.
Yeah, and I still
hold on. The reason why Mars. Hold on 1 second, Mars. Let me say why I said that. The reason why I said that was for one reason, is because I'm saying that Robert Horry was playing better defense against tougher assignments than Draymond. Robert Horry was playing against all. Hold on, Robert Horry wasn't. Hold on, he wasn't ducking the smoke. Remember, a lot of those guys, Iggy was able to guard a lot of those top wing guys. Clay was able to guard a lot of top of those wing guys. Draymond wasn't guarding those guys full time. When Robert Horry went out there and was playing 30-some minutes a game, he had C. Webb, bro. He had all them tough power forwards and big men, and that was a power forward era. He had Kevin Garnett. He had Tim Duncan. He was the one guarding all them dudes, bro. He ain't had no joke. So when he has such a great defensive rating and played at such a high level defensively, that was part of the reason why he was starting on all those championship teams. Wasn't just because he was hitting big shots, it's because he was playing great post defense on those big time power forwards in the league. And Chilltown, no, I ain't lying either.
Yeah, that's not a gotcha moment. I never disagreed that Robert Horry was a great defender. I disagreed that you said he was better than Draymond Green, and I still disagree.
No. I'm talking about that. Yeah, I'm talking about that for that year. I'm talking about that season.
I know what you mean. I still disagree with you.
Okay. Ain't no problem. I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no beef with that. But outside of that, they said Shaq was overrated defensively. They said Shaq should have been way better defensively.
He should have been better, but it doesn't make it.
Hold on. I'm just saying what's being reported, Chilltown.
He could have been. He could have been. But
like when they were reporting the
out
those
3 years that they was those 3 years. Don't get me wrong. Those 3 years that Shaq, those 3 years that they won the NBA championship, Shaq was elite defensively.
And they complained that Derek Fisher, all those years they were complaining that Derek Fisher was too slow to guard them guards in the league. They wanted to come off Derek Fisher almost every year because they said D Fish couldn't guard guys. But D Fish always hung around because he always made big shots and he was a heady point guard. He was a steady point guard. But they always wanted D Fish out of there because of his lack of defense. And Dub, no, I ain't lying.
No one spoke about Derek Fisher's defense.
No. So I'm saying no. So I'm saying the guys you named, especially and even Kawhi. Look at all the defenders he had around him. That nigga had Paul George, who's one of the top wing perimeter two-way players in the league, the defenders in the league. He also hold on. He also had Pat Beverly on that team. He also had Terrence Mann, who's one of the better young wing perimeter defenders coming up. Say what?
We're talking about 15, 16, and 17.
That's even worse. He was with the Spurs. Who had elite defense around him?
Tim Duncan retired in 2016.
No, but hold on. Name that roster. They still have great defenders around him, bro.
Danny Green, and
great defender.
And a young DeJounte Murray, I think, at one point.
No, he said Danny Green. He said Danny Green. No. We talking about
Danny Green.
We talking about a great perimeter defender, especially with the Spurs. Let's keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Who else?
No, I'm saying name who else on that team since you want to name it because you about to eat yourself.
No one else was elite.
So
it was the last 2 years of Tim Duncan, who I guess you can call him elite in one of those.
Duncan was over. So if
Danny
I'm not
Green,
mistaken,
Kawhi,
Danny
and then
Green was on that team.
Ginobili and Tony Parker and Paul Gasol and
Boris Diaw. Yeah,
Boris Diaw was a very good defender.
Boris Diaw.
When?
Don't lie.
Boris Diaw.
Do not lie. Boris Diaw.
He was cool on offense.
Hold on, you can look this up. And Boris Diaw's ability to switch and guard multiple positions made him a better defender. Bro, these niggas be coming on here lying for no reason, man.
This man just told me Boris Diaw was a great defender.
Yeah, Boris Diaw was more offensive.
On that team, he was a great defender on that team. He was one of the. Boris Diaw was one of the main dudes at that time who could switch off and guard different positions. Stop lying, bro.
Is he talking about when they won the chip on the Spurs?
No, 15, 16, and 17. I didn't know Boris Diaw was there. But Boris Diaw was not an elite defender.
Also, who else they had on that roster, Mars? Who else they had on that roster?
He wasn't that bad, but he wasn't this crazy.
No, he was a damn good defender.
He was good though. He was good.
This man said Boris Diaw was a great defender.
You can look this up. I'm not making it up.
I remember watching him back then, but it wasn't like
because of that. He was one of the guys. He was one of the guys that could switch off and guard from perimeter players to the post position.
This is the 2015 Spurs. Kawhi, Tim Duncan, and 38-year-old Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Danny Green, Boris Diaw, Manu Ginobili, Marco Bellinelli, Thiago Splitter, Corey Joseph, Aaron Baines, Patty Mills, Matt Bonner, Kyle Anderson, and Austin Day. They're the people who played.
Now I can name three of those guys right now. Patty Mills is a good perimeter defender at that time. That's true. Don't scratch your head, bro. I'm not lying, bro.
Oh.
Patty Mills had 2 jobs: to come in and lock up, and to make big plays off the bench at the guard position.
He
Shout out
failed
to
at
him.
one of his jobs. He failed at one of his jobs.
Dub, you looking at Patty Mills like an elite defender. No, he wasn't elite, but him in that system, he was damn good. Him in that system. The San Antonio Spurs overall
similar to Boris Diaw, right?
Right. San Antonio had a really good system. Damn good system. And Leonard flourished in that system.
That's true. That is true.
Right. So, and then you can look
agree.
at.
It doesn't mean.
Hold on, but you can look at the Warriors. You can look at the Warriors and say that about them too. What I'm saying about Kobe is, them years you're talking about that Kobe wasn't. I disagree with that, and I disagree because I think Kobe was a great defender. I just think he had other. When you're a great defender and you got other bad defenders around you, yes, you're going to look worse as a team. So it's not going to look like you're playing great defense. But that doesn't mean you had bad defensive years. For example, some of those years Chilltown didn't get to 2005. He didn't get to 06. But who was Kobe running with those years? Wasn't he running with Smush? Wasn't he running with who else was the guards that year? Sasha. Them dudes wasn't defenders, man. Them dudes wasn't defenders. He had good post defenders, like Kwame was a good post defender.
I forget his name. Petrovic. There was a European that was on those crews that Kobe was with. I forget his name.
Vucevic. Vujicic. No,
Vujicic. Yep.
Yeah, he wasn't
playing the shooter. No, he wasn't defending. Vujicic was not defending. Who else was on that crew? Jordan Farmar, wasn't he on that crew?
Yeah, he was.
Well, he didn't come.
I think he was there in the championship years.
Man, all of those there, man. Hey, man, hey, Chilltown, you know who was on that team, man. So don't tell me that Kobe Bryant still wasn't playing elite defense at that time. He was still making all defensive teams on a bad team. You have to know that you're a great defender if you're doing that. Cut it out, bro. We acting like he had hitters around him and they still was getting their head blown off out there. No, he literally had one dude that was known as a very good post defender, and that was Kwame Brown. That was it. Outside of that, who? Chris Mill? Goddamn, Bynum was a baby.
He didn't get there yet. Nope. In
I'm talking about after that. He was a rookie after that.
Right, Walton.
Then you had what's the dude name with the bald head, the little guard that was looking, the old funny face ass nigga.
Chucky Atkins. You talking about Chucky Atkins?
He was old. I was like, come on, man, stop capping, man. Stop this cap, bro.
Wait, what years are we talking about? Because there were.
We talking about the years after Shaq got traded over to Miami.
The year Powell. Okay, so the years before
Powell. So from 04 to 08. Okay. So from 04 the 04-05 to 07 to middle of 07 08.
Was Smush Parker? Maybe I'm misremembering. Was Smush Parker not considered, if anything, a
Patty Mills is
guard?
considered a good defender?
Patty Mills. Patty Mills
is shaky. That's a shaky one.
I think Smush Parker played defense besides when it's contesting the Tim.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I would consider Patty Mills a defensive liability.
Me too, but maybe I wasn't watching enough.
I don't think he was a defensive liability pirate more than he was good in that system. That's what he was. Patty Mills was he was a disruptor.
Well, I mean, the Spurs are the most system team there is, right?
That's what I'm talking about. And he
was locking up though. He said locking up.
He was. Hold on. He wasn't. He was.
I mean, Patty Mills.
He was the dude. Hold on. He was. Y'all not gonna lie on history, bro. He was a dude that came in the game. Hold on. He was a dude that came in the game that had a similar role to what Lindsey Hunter had when he was with the Pistons. When he came in, off the
Patty Mills.
Hold on. Picking up guards full court, fighting through screens, over screens, chest bumping dudes, all this stuff. He was a very good defender, bro. I'm not lying to you, bro. And he was getting buckets. That's why he was so valuable. He was
getting buckets. I mean, I think getting buckets was why he was on the floor. But I just respectfully, I don't think it was the defense.
I get what he's saying about the Lindsey Hunter thing, like in terms of he was pressing people, but he wasn't as good as Lindsey Hunter.
That's
bro. Hey, yo, they just disrespected Patty Mills at his highest time in his career, y'all.
Oh man,
y'all believe this?
Like Patty Mills was on
the audacity.
In San Antonio was Patty Mills' best years of his career. Like, and I'm talking about on offense and on defense. He washed up now. But for them to say that.
What's 3 defensive Patty Mills moments on the Spurs?
Oh man.
Yeah, I had to go back and I would have to go back and think about it. But I will say this:
Patty Mills is a very small person.
Patty Mills, hold on. Patty Mills. I'm gonna give you an example, right?
Beautiful jump shot, though.
Patty Mills.
Yeah, he can shoot, but he's a very tiny guy.
Hold on. In this era, Patty Mills was a very good defender in 11-12, 12-13, 13-14, 14-15, and 15-16, and 16-17 for the Spurs. I will give you 17-18, 18-19, 19-20, 20-21. I'll give you those seasons. But those other seasons, man, y'all gonna stop this, bro. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting him.
What was one
I don't
moment?
even
Give me one time you was watching the Spurs play and you was like, damn, that man.
When he
Patty
put
Mills
in
is really
the playoffs and got the big goddamn got the big goddamn field to help him win the game, nigga.
You just walked away from your microphone saying that. I don't even know what you said.
It was a mic drop moment.
You
It was
just,
a mic drop moment.
you just walked into the
we're
kitchen saying it. What
when
happened?
he got that motherfucking seal in the playoffs, man.
Against who?
Mic
Who he
drop.
blocked?
Man, we're done. We're done.
It's
Big
fine.
He has more defensive
Hey,
moments.
Damo.
He has more
Damo.
defensive
Y'all
moments
some cold-
on the
Damo. Y'all some
Australian
cold-blooded
national
haters, bro.
team than he did on the Spurs.
Hey, Damo,
I don't
you
even
a
think it's
cold-blooded hater,
hating.
boy. You a
How am
cold-blooded
I
hater.
hit? I've been quiet this whole time. I have literally not said nothing, but you start bringing up Patty Mills' defense. And I don't even know the moment. I'm not even hating. I just want you to tell me when Patty Mills was this defender. I'm not saying he was bad. He had great moments on the Spurs. I just don't remember him being defensively. But I sat here in silence, letting y'all argue about Bill Russell, Kobe, Kawhi. I didn't say a word. I didn't make a face. And I'm a hater.
Damo, this is what I want you to
I was
do.
loving that Bill Russell logic.
Damo, this is what I want you to do. I want you to pull out your computer because I know you and Lo love to do it, right? And this is what I want you to do, right? I want you to type in Google, was Patty Mills a very good defender in San Antonio?
I'm interested in seeing what Google has to say.
Share the screen.
No. You want me to type
I'm actually
that?
interested to see that.
Ask Google, was Patty Mills
hold
a
on.
very good defender in San Antonio?
That is too specific. Tiki, did you put some on Wikipedia describing how Patty Mills was a good defender? Because I feel like your article.
No, I didn't. Hold on. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm telling you to go there now. Hold on. Because it's an article.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on. It's an article. Hold on. Hey, Doug, put it on the screen. Doug, put it on the screen. It's an article in Bleacher Report telling you how Patty Mills in his defensive rating, you understand what I'm saying? Which was a 97.1, which is 2.7% lower than the team. Hold on. Which was lower than the team, which showed you.
What do you got, Mars?
The first thing that came up was Patty.
No, go down. Go down. That nigga, that's on Reddit. That's on Reddit, bro. That's on Reddit. Go down.
Ineffectiveness on.
Go down to Bleacher Report, bro. You're looking at a different year. Go down to Bleacher Report. It says Patty Mills. Hold on. It says Patty Mills much more critical to San Antonio than you think. Go scroll up. Is that the right one?
That's the one.
Then you think because
the emergence.
Read the article, Doug. And this is the years I was.
This is the years Ticket talking about.
The emergence of Patty Mills as the backup point guard for the San Antonio Spurs has been a welcome sight, but the fifth-year pro is more important than many think. In passing, Mills appears to be suitable complement alongside his backcourt mates Manu Ginobili and Marco Bellinelli. But ultimately, the Australian guard plays a pivotal role and is a noticeable upgrade from what the Spurs had during the NBA Finals of yesteryear. Plus, with injuries absolutely hammering San Antonio currently, Mills is arguably the most important player off the bench, and the Spurs need him to keep playing at his current level when they reach the postseason.
Facts.
Offensively, blah, 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 we don't care. Defensively, Mills does not have an off switch. Mills is an excellent, in a good way, defender. He used every inch of his 6-foot frame to disrupt offensive flow, and his mental awareness puts him in position.
That niggas don't know basketball, Grill Town.
what are we doing here?
I'm the king, Grill Town. I'm the K-I-N-G.
What are we doing?
You're telling me because Jesse Bateman wrote some article for Bleacher Report?
No, I'm telling you, no, Damo. I'm telling you, at that time, Patty Mills was considered one of the better defenders on that team. I wasn't lying to you. I watched this,
and nobody's saying that you was lying. And I'm
not saying you chill. You were standing with me. I'm talking about these bozos over here was trying to be disrespectful. He gonna ask me about Patty Mills.
If they're writing an article that says he's a better defender than you think, like you don't write an article saying Scottie Pippen is a better defender than you think.
Hold on. No. You're not listening. You're not listening, bro. You're not listening. You got to remember, those are some of Patty Mills' early years over there with the Spurs. So he instantly came in and made a huge impact. So when they talked about that, they talked about how important his defense and the level of his defense was to that team winning games that season, bro. I'm not lying to you, dog. I watched the San Antonio Spurs at that time. Was really
all watched the Spurs.
Basketball. What are you talking about? Cut it out, man. These dudes don't know the players. The same way y'all came in here. Hold on. The same way y'all came in here and tried to disrespect me when I was telling y'all how good of a defender that Kelly Oubre was. Now watch what Chilltown gonna do this year. He gonna watch Kelly Oubre close and see if all that stuff I was telling him is true. And when he sees that it's true, that this dude is really a very good perimeter defender, and you should know that, Pirate, because you're a Golden State Warrior fan, and he didn't shoot the ball well. But he played. Hold on. Yeah. He didn't shoot the ball well at all. If he did one thing, he strapped your ass up full court. He was on dudes, and Steve Kerr was using him to pressure dudes full court. Am I lying, Pirate?
No, you're not. He's athletic. He's athletic. He's long. He's got a motor. I just thought the top 25 was a top 25. I felt was a stretch.
You brought that up, Ticket. I am going to watch Kelly Oubre this year. I absolutely.
I'm right. No, and just watch. Hey, listen. Forget about the. Hold on, chill down. Forget about. You gotta watch the individual. Like I'm gonna tell you something. I did learn something from Damo one time. Damo watches players. He showed me that because I heard him talking about like some of the Pistons players. He don't just watch the results of the overall team and say, oh, they trash, whatever. He do watch certain players in this era. All I'm saying is I watch certain players too. I don't be worrying about if they're a losing team or not. I like watching certain players to see what they bring to the table, because when we talk about, okay, if they're up for a trade up the floor, you need to know what each of these players can do. Just because these other dudes ain't studied these players or know a lot about these players, bro, we watched the game. I watched it. I got the NBA TV package. I watched all the games. So what I'm saying is, when I was talking about Patty Mills, I'm watching Patty Mills defensively, bro. I'm watching him fight over all them screens. I'm watching him come in the game, Chilltown, and pick up guards full court and disrupt guys. Stop teams from instantly getting into the offense. Fighting over screens and not just going under screens. Patty Mills was that, and coming on the other end, making big shots, facilitating the offense. I watched this, bro. I'm not sitting up here lying to these cats coming here just talking like that. That's why I said Google was Patty Mills a good defender, a very good defender at that time, and he was one of the best defenders on the team. That's a fact.
These are facts. I'm gonna read off some super chats, but we are doing an NBA point guard tier list today. So chat.
Dub, these boys don't learn, Dub. Hey, Dub, it don't matter how many niggas I cook in the formal debate. The next day they come with Mo Cap messing with me, bro. They don't learn. One day they gonna learn, bro. Stop messing with Ticket, man. I'm not to be played with.
Wait, so what defensive grade would you give Patty Mills?
Hold on. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm a motherfucking man. Don't do that. Let me tell you this. Hey, Doug, I would give him an A at that time because I thought he was one of the better defenders.
As a rotation guard coming off the bench as a disruptor. That's where we going. Stop looking at him like. Let's stop looking at him like.
So you're saying you would give an aspect of his game an A? Listen, not his overall game.
I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all Damo's A. I'm gonna show y'all Damo's grade scale.
Damo, you're telling me.
Hold on, Damo. Let me ask you a question.
Chris Dunn is an A for basketball.
Hold on, Damo. I'm gonna ask you a question, Damo. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all Damo's A. I'm gonna show y'all Damo's grade scale. Damo, I'm gonna ask you a serious question, and I want you to answer this truthfully. When Pat Beverly was with the Houston Rockets, defensively, from an A to an F, what would you have graded him?
All around in terms of impact, in terms of actual ability, I would say B. He was a B. B, maybe A minus at the peak, A minus, but I would say B. He was impactful defender.
Okay.
With Patty Mills, I would say, if anything, Patty Mills, I was thinking high C.
Patty Mills was no. And the reason why I said that, hold on.
I just don't think he was.
The reason why I said that was because Patty Mills was doing some of the same things in a bench role that Pat Beverly was doing in the starting role. Listen, let me finish. In a starting role, but the difference was this: Patty Mills was more of a disciplined defender than Pat Beverly. Pat Beverly took more chances and took more risks, which made him look better. See what I'm saying? Pop in Pop's defense, he don't like you taking a lot of risks defensively. So a guy like Pat Beverly, he would have been dumbed down a lot in Pop's system because Pop would not have allowed him to gamble as much and take as many risks. Watch all of Pop's guards coming from San Antonio, huh?
We just read the article. I thought he had to steal the game off the bench.
No, you're not hearing me. I'm talking about when we talking about Pat Beverly. I'm talking about Pat Beverly gambles every single time. He puts the other defenders in bad positions because of how he plays every possession. Every possession, Pat Beverly's going to gamble. He's going to put you in a bad position. But that's what also makes him great is that he's going to go hard like that every single possession. It's not like he's going to play discipline defensively.
Got you. Okay. We done with Patty Mills?
Let's go, man. Come on.
Please.
We're doing a point guard. We're doing a point guard tier list. I want you guys to give me an order. And as you guys are giving me an order, I'm going to read off some super chats while we're waiting. All right. Starting off with TBG. Still can't believe Ime got Nia back. Like how? Tucson.
Ho. We can't just gloss over that. Okay, first of all, why y'all talking
the gossip?
Why y'all talking about Nia Long like she's Nia Long from 1995? Nia Long is 50.
Hey,
okay.
Hey, don't
Nia Long
disrespect her like
hey, chill.
Nia
You're
Long
50 now too, buddy.
Exactly.
You're 50 as well, buddy.
Not only
that's a girl you could have picked up on the side. What you talking
once
about?
again, and in her 50s, the pool is not as high as it was 20 years ago.
And the woman was dating.
And a wise woman told me, my grandmother told me this.
I'm in that pool too.
Trust the devil that you know.
That's facts.
So Mia Long gonna go out and go get her a new man and start some new nonsense. Meanwhile, she already know this dude, who by the way is back in effect.
That's
I might as well
terrible.
just get back on the train.
Oh my God.
I might as well just get back on the train.
No. We're here. We're staying here.
TMZ.
You with a girl that has a cheating issue, and just because you're at the age of 50, you just gonna deal with it.
Okay, first of all, do you know how long? You think he just met her 6 months ago? You know how far back they go, Dub? You think they just started messing around a year ago?
Bro, Dub, she was dating Mickey. She was dating old ass Mickey Jagger.
The man literally still was trying to hit the girl up to get some.
He was dating Mickey Jagger, Dub. Google Mickey Jagger.
God.
Once you see Mickey Jagger old ass, she was dating
Mick Jagger.
Yeah, she was dating Mickey Jagger. That's all you need to know. She's going.
So you know, Mick Jagger is almost
back to email, dog.
So
Mick Jagger's got to be. He's got to be over 80 at this point, isn't he?
If he ain't 80, pirate, he got to be close to it.
You didn't.
He's got to be over, man. I saw them live like 30 years ago, and he was 50.
Mickey Jagger had 2 teeth when she was dating that dude, man. You think she leaving eBay, bro?
Dude, don't disrespect Mick Jagger now.
So
Dub.
So after you've been with a girl for a long period of time, she does some shit like that. You still staying with her?
It depends on the situation, Dub. It ain't that simple to just walk away, brother.
Fair.
It's
Right.
not.
Right.
It's not.
That's a fair one to
walk
say.
away.
That's a fair one to say. Oh man, that just got me tired.
Them BMW payments was gonna get hard, Dub. Ain't have no work. Hey, Dub, I ain't lying.
You laugh. Hey, Dub, you laughing, yo? $800 a month on a car payment is serious,
right, bro. You ain't seen what movie you seen her in, Dub? She don't even get the old mama movies and stuff like that. Like the mama role.
She was in Missing that came out like this year or last year.
How much you think she got paid?
I mean, I don't know what Netflix be paying.
They probably paid her $5,000 for that movie.
No, it was a couple
more than that. Definitely getting more than that. Anyway, Dub, you can keep going.
That was real estate for you, Chilltown. That's why I'm kind of upset. You're a catch, man. You're a catch. Pause. Toussaint, guess mustard wasn't way off. Thanks for the talk. Don't look at me like that, Damo. Y'all just refuse to accept Mars compared to Quay White. Y'all just refuse to accept Mars compares relatively to the era that a player played in. You can't say how Bill, Wilt, Magic, etc. It's speculation.
Then if that's
in the end, it is all speculation. Yeah,
exactly.
In an absolute sense, this is all speculation.
Yeah, it's always.
I mean, just like how do we know how Kobe's going to perform wearing Converse All Stars for 82 games a year? I mean, it's all. There are a lot of hypotheticals that go into all this stuff.
Yeah,
and sleeping in different hotels that you can't sleep.
It's
like I can't eat in this hotel because it's a segregated hotel, and I got to go out and I got to go play against Bill Russell tomorrow night.
Let alone the butterfly effect. Let's start factoring the butterfly effect.
Hold on, we didn't address the video that dropped yesterday with Dub getting Dub. You look solid in that video yesterday, Dub. You got beat, but I seen Chilltown cheer you on. I seen, bro. What's up, man?
That was fun.
Yeah, I haven't played. That was me out of shape. I haven't played in a while, but I play a little bit. Nothing too crazy.
I seen Mars pulling up to the stage for the first time, looking like a G. I see you, Mars. Big Mars.
Mars is a
you,
pimp.
dog.
Oh, you know, Ticket. Just so you know, Mars is a pimp. Capital
hating on American food. I seen them hating on all American
Watch out, they got different liability laws in the UK, man. That might get them in trouble.
Mars is a pimp.
I'm an upstanding citizen, but okay.
Actually, you're a scumbag. We already know that. That's not true. So,
That's
but anyway, Dub, as you were saying,
yeah, I mean, I didn't know we was gonna talk about this. I just wanted to let it go. But
And you, hey, Chill Town, and you know the big ticket scene, the playmaker out there.
hey,
Not
chill
that,
out,
not the football one.
chill out,
Yeah.
Ticket. You wow,
Yeah,
you wow, right?
yeah. You know the big ticket scene. No, not the football one.
Yeah.
The PC one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh
we gonna
yeah.
keep it out. Ticket got a thing for Haley. Ticket got a little.
no,
thing
leave
for,
Haley alone.
yeah,
Ticket, bro.
Ticket got a thing.
I know you want me to.
Nah, leave her alone. Man.
Ticket got a
Hey,
thing
look,
for that.
y'all couldn't stand this
She
come
cool
around the big
peoples,
ticket.
man.
Y'all couldn't
She cool
stand that. Y'all will hate that.
Bro. Wisdom Warriors. Kobe dominated both sides of the ball while defending harder competition in his era in regards to wings/guards, first team All NBA, first team defense.
He's a great defender. I think everybody agrees.
Sup, panel? Hope all is good. Who do y'all think is the most corrupt organization in any sport of all time? That includes paying refs, cheating, etc.
Chicago Black Sox.
No,
1919.
the sport Mars covers every day. Football. That's the most corrupt and it's the most dangerous. You can get the soccer games are the only games that you can get your ass killed at on a game by game basis. Somebody 9 and it's always corruption around it. Guys getting paid off, teams getting paid.
Dub, just so you know, I was in England in 2000 and I was playing in Manchester, and I didn't know that the Manchester City, I didn't know how serious, like I said, soccer was over there. So I didn't know that, if I live in Manchester and I go to London and I'm rocking a Manchester shirt, they might kill me over there. That's how serious it is. Or if I'm in London, if I'm in London and I come to Manchester with a Liverpool shirt on, they'll kill me.
Yeah. Especially
I'm from the real trenches. See, I'm from the real dangerous.
Yeah, that's how serious it is.
Hey, Mars, yeah, they go hard over there doing football. I went to one time, chill. I never went again. I mean, I was sitting in the middle of a fight, bro. I was like, God, these motherfuckers start fighting over here, man. And I'm talking about when they fight, bro, it gets like the police come over and start hitting you with batons and all kinds of shit. I'm like, and they start swinging for the fences. They don't care who they hitting. So I'm like,
Dub and I are both from Jersey, so we know when we in a spot where we not supposed to be, and we know we need to get our ass and get up out of there. That's how I was. Like, okay, I'm in the wrong neighborhood. Let me get my ass and get up out of there.
Quick, you turn real quick. Let me walk back like that. Let me get out of here. I don't care that's out of my way, bro. I just gotta move. I
was doing that, Dub, because I was like, nah, this ain't the right neighborhood to be in, because I'll get stomped out up here. Nah, they don't care about that.
That's the most dangerous and the most cheating sport is football.
Got you. Bigger dog, Kobe 03 or D Rose for peak?
Any and everybody over D Rose.
It's Derrick Rose logic, man. Give me a break already with this Derrick Rose stuff.
Come on.
Please, you guys, with this Derrick Rose stuff. Oh, nope, I'm not gonna.
And y'all say he's not a superstar, man. Shaking my head, bro. Look at who they compare him to, bro.
No comment.
Uncle Ruckus. Who's getting the better of who if they matched up in their prime? Kareem versus
Hakeem. Did they match up in their prime?
I'm going with Jabbar.
I think Hakeem got too many moves for Kareem. I think that's the difference. Kareem had one move, and that was a sky hook.
I'm on record saying this, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. I don't care how many Glock 19s you got. I got one gun. I'm blasting your whole crew.
No, I'm just saying. But if that jump hook is off that day, jump hook is off that day.
It was never off though, Ticket. That's the problem. It was never off. It was always on,
true, bro.
I saw past his prime Kareem giving Hakeem 27 a game in 98.
That is true.
And if I'm not mistaken,
they lost.
So y'all not taking a prime Hakeem.
I'm taking Hakeem.
Oh, okay.
I'm a huge Hakeem Olajuwon fan. Ticket, you roasted me a couple times. Like, this man can't stop talking about Hakeem Olajuwon. But in his prime, Jabbar, 100%.
Evolution.
I gotta go with Hakeem, man. I think Hakeem is one of the probably, and he's not up there, but he's probably one of the greatest pure basketball players I ever seen while playing Earth, man.
Yeah.
Can't take that away from him, bro.
I take peak Hakeem. Peak Hakeem.
He'll have Kareem jumping out the gym or all them pump fakes.
Appreciate Line with the double chat.
Thanks, brother.
Kobe over Ron Artest as a defender, AK-47. I think LeBron at his defensive peak was different. Locked MVP rose like it was nothing.
Bron was a great team and help defender. He wasn't a great man-on-man defender. A lot of NBA players, most of the NBA players that played against him said he wasn't a great one-on-one defender, but he was an excellent team defender. He was a great help defender. Like if you got to step on LeBron, the chase down block is coming. He don't quit on the play. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the greatest thing about LeBron James, that he in his prime, he did not quit on those plays. Like even if you had 2 or 3 steps on him in a fast break, you guys thought they were going home with it. He punching that shit. He coming from nowhere punching that shit. And that was the craziest part about him.
Mm-hmm. Everybody good?
Yep.
Our test was the man. I had his Indiana jersey. I think he was a great defender.
Real quick, because I know we're about to get into point guards. And I wanted to ask to start the show off, but Ticket just had a better point to start the show off with. Can I ask y'all, because we got into that conversation about point guards yesterday, and we're about to talk about point guards today. What makes someone a point guard? Like, what makes someone a point guard in the NBA? Because someone brought to my attention my take from like around the bubble a couple years ago, and I forgot I was saying this shit. It's crazy, but I was on a tirade saying that Jokic was the point guard for the Nuggets. Like I was literally religiously.
No, you're one of those primary playmakers.
If you have playmaking responsibilities and you're excellent at it as well, yeah, bro.
Point guard, Damo, point guards have changed because let's look at it. Like point guards of yesteryear were guys like Avery Johnson, guys who could bring the ball up, get you in your offense, set you up, get everybody in the right spots, orchestrate direct offenses. Now it's different because you got guys like Steph Curry, you got guys like Dame who really ain't doing that. You got other guys, like it's more so of a full team concept now. With most teams, you rarely see true point guards. The last true point guard I think we saw maybe was Rondo, was
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul. But no, I'm saying even past Chris Paul, I think it was Rondo. Because I think CP3 was still more of a scoring guard. I think he was more of a guy who looked to score.
You can still be a scorer.
You
can still be a scorer.
No, I'm saying, but if you
look at pure point guards, they just weren't like Ricky.
Yeah, it was only like a couple point guards that was like that back in the day. Like Isaiah was a scoring point guard. You know what I'm saying? But they wasn't putting up 30, I guess, because of the era. He averaged only like 18, 19 a season, I think.
Is Halliburton not a traditional point guard?
I think he is. Yeah, I was gonna say Halliburton. Yeah. I think honestly, I love this subject. I know we don't have enough time to really dive into it, but the whole what is the position in basketball? It's muddy because in the end, basketball it's the only popular sport that is truly a positionless sport. And a lot of people don't understand why exactly it is positionless. But the reason why basketball is positionless is because the rules apply equally for every player on the floor. Unlike baseball or football, where different rules apply to different positions. So in the end, it is.
It just does. That? I'm sorry, Pirate. That makes me nuts when I hear that because no, it's not.
No, but that's why I said it's muddy because it's also not. Because I mean, even Mars and Dub know that. Like I judge based on positions very much because in what makes a basketball team successful, there are roles that are assigned to each 5 players.
So when keep going, I'm sorry. Keep going.
No. So, in the general sense, a point guard, the difference between a guard and a forward is forwards are forwards. Forwards are going to be the guys who are in front of the guards. The guards are going to be the ones who defend. Once there's transition, the guard is going to be the last line of defense going the other way. The forwards are the ones who set screens and are in front. So for me, a point guard is the point of attack player who's the guard. He's not the forward. So like Larry Bird's not a point guard and Jokic isn't a point guard. They're in the front court.
So the reason why you played the point guard, Damo, is because you couldn't shoot like the 2 guard. The reason why you played the 2 guard because you couldn't dribble like the point guard. That's number 1. Number 2, you played the small forward because you were the athlete. You were the guy who got out in transition. You were the guy who was the slasher. You were the guy who finished at the rim. You played the power forward because you were the guy who was the dirty work guy. You did all the cleaning up. You cleaned glass. Not only did you clean glass, you blocked shots and you dive for loose balls. You were the dirty work guy. The center, you were the guy who we threw the ball into. You were the guy who we ran the offense through. You were the guy who was the rim protector. You were our primary rebounder, and everything went through you as the big guy. But then the game changed where now you got a score. Now you had scoring guards. Oscar Robertson was a scoring guard, 100%. Walt Frazier was a scoring guard. And then you moved forward to guys being primarily scoring guards. And then they still did point guard things where they distributed the basketball. And they still were table setters like Isaiah Thomas, who scored the basketball, but was also a distributor. John Stockton, who also scored the basketball. Magic, who scored the basketball, being bigger as a lead guard. But when you are the lead guard, you are responsible primarily on offense. You are the primary ball handler. You are the table setter. You are the primary ball handler. You are the table setter. You are the tone setter. You are the guy that gets us involved in our offense. You score the basketball too, but that stuff comes secondary to all the other stuff as the lead guard.
In a general sense, yeah.
Mars, what makes someone a point guard?
If you're listed as a point guard, you're a point guard.
Yeah. In the end, that's
that's what I go off.
Like that. And then when you have 2 point guards who get put on the same team, Luka and Kyrie and Trey and DeJounte, I would still view them in an all-time lens as 2 point guards because Kyrie's been a point guard more than he's been a shooting guard, so he would be a point guard all time. But on that team, he's a shooting guard for that team. But in the all-time lens, he's still a point guard. James Harden in the all-time lens is still a shooting guard, but in the last few years, he's been a point guard because he's been listed at the point guard position since 21, I think. So he's a point guard now, but all time he's still a shooting guard. It's where you're listed at the most is your position, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Ticket, do you want to answer that, or you trying to get this tier list going?
He did answer. He said it first.
Oh, he did?
Okay.
Yeah, the first.
Perfect. So we're gonna do the NBA point guard tier list now.
Tyus Jones.
They got some names on here that I didn't like, but this was the best one out of the litter.
Mars, just so you know, Tyus Jones is better than some starters in the game.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like I'm seeing some teams have 2 point guards on there, but then other teams only have 1. It's like I don't get it. But
Mars, leave the banner off. It's covering people's face. But anyway,
hey Doug,
what's up?
I got a quick question before you start. Hey, you ever watch that show called Jackass before?
Yes, I actually have. Yeah, for sure.
Let me ask you a question before we get started. Would you sniff a dirty jockstrap?
No, I won't.
For 15 G's right now?
I won't.
15,000 right now. You would
15,000
in cash?
Cash.
I mean,
who's Damo doing that? Damo is doing it.
Zell or Cash App?
Because Damo doing
it. Cash. I'm talking about cash.
The cash right here. I got 15 stacks right here, Damo. 15 stacks right here.
Where's the
I'm talking about going in the locker room in the huddle and picking up one of them funky sweaty jockstraps and sniffing them.
Where's the
like to your face after the game for 15 G's?
Is it like just a quick sniff, or is it a time limit I gotta inhale?
I mean, a good sniff, like a good 5-second sniff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an easy 15.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Easy 15 bands.
I'll do the whole team.
That's $3,000 a second, man.
The whole team is crazy. That's a lot of sniffing. That's crazy.
Yeah, $15K just to do that, I'm cool.
Yeah, $15K for the whole team. Yeah, you got to up the price a little bit for the whole team, but just one.
Yeah, because some niggas might be funkier than others.
Oh man.
You saying the whole team? I think you just like sniffing jock straps at that point.
Mark does.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what it is. I'm just guessing. I'm putting 2 and 2 together. I assume it's like a cup that you put over your manhoods, but we don't use them in the UK. I don't know what it is actually.
Compressor shorts.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But
yes, I still do. We don't use that in the UK. Like we've never. It's not that term.
Mars will sniff Jalen Greens for free for sure. Right, Mars?
Oh, he'll do that for free.
Let's do this tier list.
He'll pay you.
You talking about the dry humping? Oh yeah, Mars is going to do that right now for 10 G's.
Let's just do the tier list, guys.
That was not a no, Mars. That was not a no.
Let's do the tier list.
Was not. I did not hear no. I didn't.
Let me announce on you.
Oh, I had to Google them. Oh, okay.
Mars going to turn on Jalen Green after this season. Why should I tell you?
We ain't going to get half. We're not going to get halfway through the season, and he's going to be like,
he's going to turn on that dude. I promise you're going to turn on that cat.
Watch.
Who's going to turn on him?
You're going to turn on Jalen Green?
You're going to be out on him.
Never would I betray King Jalen.
Listen, I got Moses, Shonen, Goat Takes, Krista Brawley, Alpha K-Bine. I got Leo the Lion, Ant, Tough Bradley, Big Don Rich, and Danny Dimensions becoming new YouTube members, bro. Appreciate you guys for
Welcome to
joining
the show,
PC
guys.
family, man.
Welcome to the show.
And without further ado, bro, let's get this tier list going. The order is going to be Damo, Chill, Ticket, Mars, and Pirate.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dub,
let me
you're not
put you
doing it.
guys in order real quick. I'm the host, bro. I'm the host.
You can still partake. And are you gonna put them in order in the tier, or is that irrelevant?
What do you mean?
So, like, let's spoiler alert: Steph and Luca will be an A+. Are we gonna put them in order of best to worst in the tier, or is just when you're in the tier? it
Oh
doesn't
no,
matter
no.
the order?
Do you see where my the first one to the left, De'Aaron Fox? That's the first one we're going off of.
No. He means
No, what
okay,
he's talking
so-
about is
all
if
right,
you
so
got both
De'Aaron
Luca
Fox-
and if you got both Luca and Steph up there, if Luca is in front of Steph, does that means he's better than Steph? Or
Or
if
does it
Steph
not
is in
matter?
front
It's
of
like,
Luka,
are you gonna do an
For
order
the
in
majority
tier?
of times, yes, but yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay,
Mars.
so we're gonna put them in order
Also-
within the tiers as well. Okay.
Yes.
Is this
All
for
right.
their career or for the upcoming season?
Right now,
Just this season.
after
Right.
the
Right,
2020,
right now,
Right
right
now.
now is in based on the
What?
last season or projecting into next season.
based off the last.
Based off
season.
last season.
based off of last season.
Oh well, why is Ben Simmons?
Okay.
He's in here, bro.
We need
this
somebody
was
at C+.
the list I found, bro.
He's below C+.
There's
So
a
it's
lot of-
relative to the
C+ is above
current
average.
league.
Yes.
It's not like a historic grade. It's
Nah.
relative
Oh my
to
God,
everyone
I
who's playing
I
today.
just
Oh,
seen
as of
Killian
today.
Hayes. Oh my God, I just seen Killian Hayes. Okay.
All right. Well, if I'm going first, go ahead and throw De'Aaron at A. I got him at A.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Chill.
Chris Paul is a B.
B, not B plus.
No.
Ticket. Curry.
Come on.
No, I'm saying obviously
You said what?
A or A plus ticket.
A plus. Yeah, my bad. My bad. Plus.
You good. Mars, Jordan Poole.
We need an F tier, but Jordan Poole's B+.
Better than CP3.
I wouldn't have put CP3 in B. I would put him in B+.
Okay. Pirate. D-Lo.
D'Lo, B.
Is that before or after CP3?
Before. I'm not high on CP3 going into the next season.
Damn, L Warriors fan.
That's crazy. Damo,
I mean, I wish I was.
you got guns over funds.
John Morant A plus behind Curry.
Oh.
Oh, the list is cooked.
Oh, I don't like that one.
A
Chill.
plus. Wow.
Tyus Jones. I haven't seen him as a starting league guard, but I think he's going to be good. I think he's a B
Before or after CP3?
after these two guys.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Luca. Ticket.
A before Ja. A plus before Ja. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Tickets had Steph and Luca. That's tough.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that crazy?
He got the two best. Like,
Yeah, you got two great players.
I got
Mark.
three of them.
can I trade my pick so I can get Kevin Porter Jr.?
No, you can't. Trade your pick. No, you cannot.
Dub.
You want to do a pick swap with Pirate?
Yeah,
Dub wants to pick Amin Thomas.
Pirate can
No.
take CJ and I'll take KPJ.
Pirate, you want that?
Sure.
Where you want CJ?
Wait, who is it?
CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum at a B. I'll go B.
Leading it, after it, in between, where at?
Is he ahead of Tyus Jones? CJ McCollum.
Yeah, just because, like you said, I haven't seen him, so I'll go off. Yeah, I'll put him ahead.
Above
Yeah,
Chris Paul.
right in the
but,
middle. I'm telling you, man, I think Chris Paul is going to be grabbing his hammy pretty quick here. So
It's Chris Paul based off last season, not going into next season.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a projection for next season.
He was grabbing his hammy last season, so
Yes,
he was grabbing his hammy
Yes,
last
he was.
season.
He was absolutely doing
Wait,
that.
so it's just based off last season, not a projection for this next season.
So, yeah. So is CJ
Oh,
better
okay.
than D'Angelo Russell or no?
I'd say same ballpark. I'll just go leave it the way it is. It's fine.
Cool. Mars,
Yeah.
KPJ.
we'll leave KPJ right there. There we go.
Okay.
Wait, is C plus the bottom, or does it go all the way down to F?
Plus the bottom.
No, leave them off the tier list means F.
Oh, okay.
KPJ is right there.
All right, Kate Cunningham.
Based on last season.
Well, based on last season,
I mean, he didn't even play last season. That's kind of not fair. So I would have just assumed with Cade or a situation like this is what you believe.
When healthy. Yes.
When healthy.
Yes.
I'm gonna be super unbiased because I want to say A. I'm gonna say B plus in front of Jordan Poole.
Good one.
Marcus Smart also B plus in front of Jordan Poole.
Nice. Ticket, Malcolm Brogdon.
Before he was hurt, man. Put him at a B.
In front of D-Lo?
No, I can't put him in front of D-Lo right now, even though I want to. Who is that? CP3 is in front of?
Yep.
Can't put him in front of CP. Right there.
Right here.
This was the most games he played last season since his rook season, though, Ticket.
Yeah, I know.
Went 6 man of the year.
I said, man, I ain't like put him behind CJ McCollum.
Oh man. 6 man of the year behind CJ.
Hey, CJ's a starter, man. What you talking about?
Word. You're right. James Harden. Mars.
I got a spot for his ass.
We could do picks. We could do swaps later. So
nah, we need it. We should have an option to send him to hell. That's where he need to go. Send him to hell.
Sorry.
Period.
Mars.
A.
Behind De'Aaron, I'm assuming.
Sure.
I bet. Pirate, you got Spencer Dinwiddie.
We can't fight that though.
All right, yeah, I thought there was a D and an F on the other rating. So, on this,
I could
it would be better if there was just A, B, C, D, F.
Yeah, what you call it? After C plus, just put F.
Just put
F.
F.
Yeah, just put F.
Oh yeah,
Type hell, man.
Put KPJ just in the F too.
Type hell, bro. Send their ass to hell.
Put him in the L tier.
I'm not.
Dinwiddie, I guess I'll do the C plus. Well, let's put him in the C plus.
Y'all put James Harden in the A tier?
Well, I did.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Mars, man. You can't reward no guy like that, man.
He
rewarding him. He's better than everyone else below him.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's
Marcus Smart and Jordan Poole. Like yeah, James Harden better than them.
Mars, in the playoffs, who you trust more? James Harden or D'Lo?
Huh?
D'Lo in the playoffs?
Hey, ho. Why are we talking about that? Why are we talking about D'Lo like he was just garbage in the playoffs? Because he wasn't garbage.
He helped them get through a round.
Yes, he did.
And James Harden got 2 game winners in the postseason. So what are we talking about?
And then folded like a cheap tent.
Joel Embiid folded like a lawn chair. He's the MVP on that team.
Real quick. Can I just say, because I've seen a lot of people complaining about the list already, and I knew y'all was going to complain, but it's a lot of complaints about John Morant being A plus and De'Aaron being A. I need y'all to understand this is a tier list, and I put John Morant at the back. I'm pretty sure John Morant is going to be at the back end of A plus, and I'm 99.999% sure De'Aaron Fox is going to be at the front of the A list. If y'all are really about to cry about John Morant being the worst A plus and De'Aaron being the best A, like, all right, bro, look in the mirror and think I'm a grown ass man crying about something.
It's not that serious.
It's definitely not that deep. It's personal preference. I still got Ja. I understand it's based off last season. We had the gun shit and all that. I still think Ja's a tad bit better than De'Aaron, which is why he's at the tail in the A plus, and De'Aaron is going to be at the front of A. It is okay, buddy. It really is.
Cool. So, Spencer Dinwiddie, are you pirate?
C plus.
Oh man, C plus. Gotcha.
Kevin Porter Jr. is about to have a friend.
Ben Simmons, Damo.
Man, these dudes gotta get sent to hell, man. Come on, bro.
I'm gonna say L. I'm gonna say L.
Hold on, y'all gonna give him L, but give James Harden a pass?
I didn't give James Harden anything. One person
Ticket,
picked.
James Harden and Ben Simmons are not on the same
I'm not
page.
gonna lie.
Cut it out,
Who
Ticket.
is
Don't
on
do
right
that, yo. Don't do that.
All right. Chill town. Fred Van
I
Vliet.
guarantee you Brooklyn won that trade, chill.
We're gonna find out this season. We gonna find out this season.
Be respectful, Chill.
C+.
Hey, chill.
Both my point guards in bottom 2 tiers.
What happens if Ben Simmons goes on to end up winning a championship and Philly don't?
Bounce back.
That's gonna be crazy.
Not only do they win the trade, Daryl Morey might be fired.
No, I'm saying I ain't talking about this year. I'm talking about like in the near future. That would end Joel Embiid, like his everything about him, because they chose Embiid over
Ben Simmons.
And Simmons said, "Take
and
me."
if Ben Simmons if he end up winning the NBA championship and he an integral part of them winning it, yeah,
he's gonna be the starting point guard.
They still made the right decision keeping Embiid. So.
I don't know, Mar.
Okay.
I have seen Ben Simmons step up big time in the playoffs before. Remember when Jared Dudley was talking shit and he went and gave him like 30 or 40 the next game?
He was playing good in that. He was playing good in that
Jared
Atlanta
Dudley
series.
wrong, guys. Wow.
He was, with the exception of what he did in Game 7 offensively. He was playing good in that series. He shut the door on Trey, on what Trey was doing. He was playing good in that series.
Defensively, sure.
Yep.
Jalen Brunson. It's on you, Ticket.
Put him above James Harden.
Not above John Morant. Okay.
He ain't there yet.
Mars. I don't know why he's in here, but Ayo, I can never say his last name. Ayo DeSumo.
He was actually good coming out of college, yo. He was. I thought the Bulls stole him.
He went Illinois, right?
Yeah. First team All-American. He was awesome coming out of college. Second round pick. I thought the Bulls stole him. Why he wasn't better, I think that's a testament to what the Bulls are doing.
Take those waters.
Put him above
those water. Take about 10 packs of those waters. You can take these juices. All right.
I'm gonna mute Ticket real quick. Just in case I want to say nothing crazy. Drew Holiday, Pirate.
Let's go. I will put him, like, I'll put him behind James Harden.
Yep.
Not bad.
I'm cool with that.
Bad. I'm not gonna lie, I forget this dude's name all the time. What's his name?
Trey Jones.
Trey Jones.
Dub don't be watching the trash teams, I see.
You ain't fucking right.
Wait, who's it on?
It's on you, Dub.
It's on you.
L.
On you.
Put him in L.
Damn.
Wait, who was that? I can't see the picture.
Trey Jones.
Darius Garland. Chill town. My bad.
Let's see here. So he's better than everybody on the L. He's better than everybody in the C+. I think he's better than all of these dudes in the B. In the B+, he's better than Jordan Poole. I'm putting him ahead of Marcus Smart. I think that I'll put him ahead of Cade.
Tyrese Halliburton. Ticket.
I got Killian Hayes.
Hold on, show me.
You can put Killian Hayes now.
Hold on, show me.
Yes, Ticket, it's on you, Ticket.
Who was that? Halliburton, he said?
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton.
Put him in the B category.
Got you. In front
Can
of
you make an extra L tier just for Killian Hayes? Just call it the Killian Hayes.
I'm putting him in the B. Put him at the end behind. I mean, right before. No, yeah, right there.
He's not better than Jordan Poole, Ticket?
Yeah, hell no.
Tyrese Halliburton's not better than Tyrese Halliburton's not better than Malcolm Brogdon.
Nigga, it's a
What?
pool party.
Chicken
nigga.
love him some
Wait, you
Jordan
put
Poole,
Halliburton
let me tell
behind
y'all.
He
Poole?
said Tyrese
You put
Halliburton's
Halliburton
below
behind
Malcolm
Poole?
Brogdon.
No, he is
Nigga,
not.
it's a pool
Chicken love
party
him some
outside,
Jordan
nigga.
Poole. I'm telling you.
Nigga, I don't know who Jordan Poole is.
Chicken love him some
You
money.
don't
Bro, I know who Jordan Poole is. I saw him play like.
He
Chicken
put
loves
below
him
Malcolm
some Jordan
Brogdon.
Hold on. Hey, Pirate. Hey, Mick Foley. First of all, he averaged 20 points a game as a fourth option for the Warriors.
Yeah, what was he
20 points a
shooting
game.
during
Hold
that
on, hold
time?
on. Right. So now he's gonna get a chance.
What
to be a
was
man
he
on his
shooting
own.
during that span, Ticket?
You know, he was actually playing well, but he's going to get a chance. And when Curry was out, he was averaging 27 points a game. So I'm going to say this, right? And they was winning, right? So I'm going to say this. And that was almost a 30-game sample size. Now you're putting him on his own team. Oh, it's definitely going to be a pool party in D.C. Believe that. You understand? They in the nation's capital. He finna make it
Dude,
rain.
his own team is bad, though.
No, it's not. Hey, no, you think it's bad.
Why
You
is
think,
Tyrese
hold on.
Halliburton behind
You think it's
Malcolm
bad.
Brogdon and Chris Paul? And
I do think it's bad.
You think, hold on. You think it's bad. They got world championship experience on that team, sucker. So,
Oh, man. I mean.
So
See, this is the problem when you got guys like
Leandro
Damo.
Barbosa had world championship
This is the problem
experience,
when
but if you
got
just
guys
put him
like
on his
Damo
own
who don't
team.
appreciate- This is the problem when you got guys like Damo who don't appreciate what Kuz bring to the table.
It's a pool party.
Bro, he brings shirtless button-up shirts and colorful hair, bro.
All right.
I mean, that's pretty good for a party, though.
He better teach
Keep
him
your
how to
head going,
dress.
Damo. Damo, keep your head going. It's cool.
Can I get an explanation on why Tyrese Halliburton's behind Malcolm Brogdon?
Halliburton,
Yes.
Because
he didn't have enough experience. He didn't have enough experience at that level yet. Malcolm Brogdon has a little more experience at that level. Halliburton got to show me something in the postseason first. I got to see him do something in the postseason.
oh, come on.
What do you mean?
Why is that ridiculous?
I will say this.
To be above
Because you can be on different
hold on.
teams. Like, that's the team success.
I want Dude Love to tell
He
me
got
what.
D-Lo. He got D-Lo over Tyrese. I think that's still wild.
No, I'm saying no. Hold on. But D-Lo, hold on. D-Lo has led his own goddamn team to the playoffs. One Tyrese Halliburton did that. D-Lo led his own team to the playoffs of the Brooklyn Nets. Now put that in your pipes and smoke it.
We're talking about D-Lo right now.
We're talking about right now.
Come on.
Just like Chris Paul, we're not talking about 15 years ago.
Again, I'll take D-Lo in the playoffs over James Harden overall right now. I'll take D-Lo as a leader right now from what I saw from him leading the team to the playoffs over Tyrese Halliburton until he showed me otherwise, because I still don't think he's making the playoffs this year with the Pacers, right? As much as you hyping him up, shouldn't he make the playoffs this year?
I'm just saying he's better than Malcolm Brogdon. I don't think anyone's hyping him up.
Well, okay, I don't think so. Malcolm Brogdon was a rookie of the year. He was also sixth man of the year, and Malcolm Brogdon did not have been traded. He should have been a world champion with Giannis Antetokounmpo. He should not have been traded. They should have kept him and not kept Eric Bledsoe.
He was rookie of the year because Joel Embiid played like 12 games, but I guess.
All right, boys. I guess Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Trae Young.
The list is cooked.
Who's next? You had Killian Hayes.
I had Killian Hayes, and
you had Killian Hayes. Yep. I put him there. Trae Young, Pirate.
Probably piss people off. Like, I'm not the biggest Trae Young
Everybody's
fan.
comment section telling me I need to shut up about Tyrese Halliburton. Holler at me when he missed the playoffs again this year.
He is going to miss the playoffs again. He's still better
His
than
team
Malcolm
is going to
Brogdon.
miss it.
Hold on. That means he ain't as great as y'all say he is.
Jordan Poole's going to miss the playoffs.
Jordan Poole's definitely going to miss the playoffs.
It's a pool party, boy. Shut the hell up.
Jordan Poole's going to miss the playoffs.
Pirate, don't do it, Pirate.
I saw D-Lo take the Brooklyn Nets to the playoffs. Sorry, they don't work on me.
We say don't be nasty with Trae Young. I'll try to.
Pirate. I feel like you about to be nasty, Pirate.
No, I'm not. I'll try to be fair. All right. I mean, he's got a lot of talent. He's got a lot of talent. He's got some liabilities, but he's got talent. So let's see. I mean, I'll put him over D-Lo. So let's look up at the B plus. Who's in the B plus?
Pirate, come on.
Cunningham, Smart, and Poole.
What, you want me to just throw him in the A? I mean, who's at the top of the B plus?
Darius
Garland.
Darius Garland. Pirate, come on, Pirate.
All
And
right,
A is
fine.
Drew
Okay,
Holiday.
I'll put him behind.
Hey, y'all remember-
I'll put him behind
Guys,
Drew.
guys,
I'll put him
don't
behind
peer
Drew.
pressure.
Yo,
Don't
you remember all
I'll
these
put him behind
buffoons in the
Drew.
audience?
He said
You
it
remember all these
behind
buffoons said that
Behind
Halliburton is better than.
Drew?
Yes.
You remember all these buffoons said Halliburton is better than Jordan Poole. So after this season,
Bro, his
when we come back,
lack of
I don't wanna hear
defense and
nobody bring it up.
inefficiency
Still
kind
going.
of
Pirate. Please tell
yeah.
me right now. Tell me the differences in the careers of Luka and Trae Young. Let me hear it.
Oh, that's
Oh,
disgusting.
dumb,
I
of
hate
Luka
that.
and Trae Young.
I need Pirate to tell me the differences between Luka and Trae Young in their career. Let me hear it.
I mean,
think
Trae Young has jacked up a lot of shots. You know, he makes
Ron,
a fair
so
amount.
is
He
Luka.
also
Yeah.
misses a lot.
Ron
There's,
would be loving
there's
it.
No,
levels to
but
it.
there's levels to it. Luka also is able to rebound. They're both bad defenders, but I feel like Trae Young is, in my humble opinion, I feel like Trae Young is a very bad defender. I feel like he does not have the physical attributes to play defense very well, and I just feel like he's a very bad defender.
Luka's
I mean,
just
I don't think
essentially
it's disrespectful
No. I don't think he's above.
to put him
Luka.
in
I
an
would've had
A
him
tier.
behind
He's in the
Luka.
A
I would
tier.
have had him behind Luka. That's me.
You would have had
I
him right behind Luka.
I would have
Yeah.
had him behind Luka as well, but that's it. In my opinion, Steph and Luka are in a tier above the A+ tier to me, and Trae wouldn't be in that tier.
They are in a tier by themselves. Oh, well, not by themselves. I mean, I think they're at the higher end of that tier. There are other guys that are elite point guards, in my opinion. Like, I think A+ is the elite of point guards. I think there's levels to it. They're at the top end of the elites, but I think Trae Young is behind Luka, in my opinion, and above John Morant. But having Trae Young and De'Aaron Fox in A tier makes my John Morant pick look horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I wouldn't have had John Morant in the A+. But I mean, yeah, I don't feel like it's really disrespecting guys once you start putting them in the A and the A+ tier. You know, I mean,
Trae
you just
behind
look at-
Drew Holiday is kind of.
I mean,
Nah, Mars, you was
that's
capable for that
your.
last season. What are you talking about?
Yeah, when I was a Trae Young hater. Yeah. I was saying Brandon Ingram is the worst player in the league. Like,
Hey man, I'm not the biggest Trae Young fan. I feel like I put him in A.
No problem.
we have Tyrese Halliburton and Tyus Jones in the same.
Yeah, I feel like there are more egregious things.
Y'all know what ESPN just reported? ESPN just reported that the Cowboys had really offered LeBron James a contract.
You didn't know that during the lockout season?
No, they're saying no. They're saying that LeBron has the official contract and he framed it.
Yeah, during the lockout season.
Yeah, during the lockout season.
They was real. Hold on, that was real.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they was dead.
I mean, I'm sure he'd make a great tight end.
LeBron was really good at football.
Ticket. He was an all-state football player.
I know. I just thought the whole shit.
MJ could never.
No, I didn't know
he was serious.
They really offered him.
MJ could not play football.
MJ could never. MJ could never.
100%.
MJ could not play football.
Yeah, it was that. That was a real thing.
LeBron, bro, I can believe he was built like a slave, so I can believe it. But damn, dog.
Yeah, that was a real thing. That was really going on. Yeah, that was really going on.
That's what made him to go for real. When I was like, yo,
LeBron was out here looking like something from Django back at. Go ahead, dog.
Is they out to go?
Nah, AI ain't getting an NFL contract.
No. I'm not saying he ain't framed his contract. It wasn't there.
AI was a dog in football, bro.
Not like James.
Facts.
LeBron was crazy.
Like Wilt, the Redskins wanted to draft Wilt.
Aren't they called the Commanders now?
Yeah.
They're the Redskins to the day I die. I'm not calling them damn Commanders.
I still call them Redskins to this day.
Cancelled. All of you guys are cancelled.
It confuses me, bro. But Monte Morris,
all the Commanders not as racist. I'm sorry.
That is true. Like, it's so
Commanders
stupid.
Is just
like,
as racist, in my opinion. I don't know, but honestly, I want to be nasty and put him in the Killian Hayes tier, but I'll just put him in L.
Okay.
Nigga, hold on. Y'all made a tier below L.
Just for Killian Hayes.
He did.
No, you disgusting, bro.
That was Mars's idea.
Mars, you disgust me, bro.
I actually think Foles is better than me. I actually think Foles is better than these dudes in the L tier.
Me too.
I put him in the C+ tier behind Dinwiddie.
Foles ain't better than Tyus Jones. Okay.
Tyus Jones is too high, though. That's what it is. He's just too high.
I dig Tyus Jones, man.
Who put Tyus Jones there?
Chill.
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
my god.
Yes, I dig Tyus Jones.
Oh wow, I did not know.
Best backup lead guard in the game, and I think it's going to be different this year. We're going to see something different from him. Washington going to be garbage, but I think you're going to see something different from him.
How Tyus Jones the best backup point guard, but Malcolm Brogdon's above him on the list?
Wait, who's what you call it?
I didn't
Who
put
has
Malcolm
LaMelo?
Brogdon in.
Who got LaMelo?
So wait. Okay, wait.
I
So
didn't-
do you think Tyus Jones is better than Malcolm Brogdon? Chill.
Hey yo, time out. Tyson Thomas a nut. He said when I said LeBron was built like a slave, he said good old Mick Foley was laughing. It was funny, bro. He ain't no racist. Bro.
It's funny, man. What? Come on, man. Jesus Christ.
Mick Foley ain't no racist. Oh man.
To answer your question, Dub, I do think Tyus Jones is better than Malcolm Brogdon as a backup lead guard. I do think that.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyus Jones, man. Shout out to Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones is crazy. LaMelo Ball ticket.
LaMelo Ball.
Where you at, Ticket? Where you got him at?
He in between some fake right now because the shorty he had, he looked like he had a diaper on the girl I seen on YouTube.
Feel like she got a diaper score.
Put him in the C plus.
Above who?
The list is cool.
Behind Fred VanVleet.
The list is cool.
Kyle Lowry, Mars. Oh, this is your twin, actually.
Facts.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Who, Caboose?
man.
You talking about Caboose?
Yes.
That's Mars Lowry over here in the building.
Oh yeah, Mars love the booty goon.
Lowry's above Ayo Dosunmu.
Bet. I wish Ticket had Jamal Murray. That's annoying.
Pirate can trade.
Pirate, can you trade with Ticket, please? Pirate,
See what you're doing, Dub. I see what you're doing, Dub. See what you're doing, Dub.
Can you trade with Ticket, please?
I like it.
Let me see.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
See what you're doing, Dub.
The
I like
league
it.
is pushed through a trade.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
You know what?
Wait.
Wait.
Where am I at?
Never mind, because it's an even better player. Don't worry about it. I just did it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you're
Give me
giving
Jamal-
Ticket Dame.
Give me Jamal Murray. Where's Jamal Murray at? Pirate?
Right there. Who's up?
Pirate.
Pirate is up.
Don't trade.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I got Murray.
Yeah. You got Jamal Murray.
All right, I'll put Murray. I mean, I like Murray.
No.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh,
We got him back.
okay.
I think we got him back.
Behind
himself up. That's tough.
Harden.
Yeah.
Y'all mad at me for putting LaMelo at C, bro?
He
He
said
be
above
losing, bro. I
Harden.
can't reward nobody that's losing that much, bro. Come on, show me something. Show me some progress. You've been an all-star.
Jamal Murray, Pirate.
Behind Harden.
Yeah, behind Harden. WW above Trae Young, I guess.
Behind Harden?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Above
man.
Trae Young.
Okay.
I don't like Trae Young. Sue me.
Yeah, I can tell.
All right, Damo, Mike Conley.
Let me get the next one. Someone trade with me. Let me get the next one.
You got the next
Sure.
one.
Chill
You
loves
got the
Mike
next
Conley.
one, Dom.
No,
Let Chill get Mike Conley.
Chill, you want Mike Conley?
Westbrook.
I'm cool with Mike Conley. Yeah.
Yeah,
So where's Mike Conley, Chill? I like the trades. I like that we could trade.
He's better than everybody
Just
on this
letting people
L.
get their agendas off.
I think he's better than everybody on this L. I also think he's better than everybody on this C plus too.
Yeah, just better than LaMelo Ball, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Based on last season, he had his highest assist to turnover ratio last season.
Great.
Let's see. I'll put him right. What I'll do is I'll put him ahead of Van Fleet, but behind LaMelo Ball.
Huh?
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
No. I'll put him in between.
I get it.
That's what I'm putting him at.
Okay.
That's what I'm putting him at. My fault.
Doma has rust.
That confused the shit out of me, but got you.
Killian Hayes tier. Killian Hayes.
No, I knew he was
Killian
going to do that.
Hayes. Killian Hayes tier.
He is not
Come on.
Killian Hayes
Oh,
tier.
come on.
He's not trash.
He can't be in the tier named
He can't be. That's a specific
I'm
tier.
trying to hear it. No,
That's
can't
a
get
one-man
us to
tier.
get
That's a
us
one-man
no,
tier.
That's a
no,
specific tier.
If Ticket can sit here and say, "Oh, LaMelo Ball's a loser, he's a C+," I watched Westbrook bounce the ball off the damn side of the backboard for the Lakers for half the season. We trade him and we're in the West Conference Finals. He's a loser. Killian Hayes tier.
But you can't put him in a tier that's named
Yes, I
after
can. He's
someone
that
else.
bad. Killian Hayes tier.
You put him in the worst in the league.
No, put him right back behind Killian Hayes.
No. He's not
The worst.
I can't let
You
that
think
one
it-
slide.
hold on, Damo. You think
No.
Russell Westbrook is the
Sorry,
worst
Mike.
point
I
guard in the
think
NBA?
Russell Westbrook is the worst point guard in the NBA. Yes.
You think Russell Westbrook's the worst point guard in the NBA?
I think Russell Westbrook is the worst point guard in the NBA.
Okay, I don't want to hear anything about Trae Young. I don't want to hear shit about Trae Young.
I don't want to hear nothing about
I got a video on
Trae
the channel
Young.
right now. I got a video on the channel right now. I sat and named 222 players currently better than Russell Westbrook. He's the worst
Currently?
point guard in the league.
Killian Hayes
Wild as
wasn't
hell,
one of them.
Damo.
Killian Hayes was not one of them. I know he
Honestly, I think
Damo, we
Killian
talking
Hayes
about a
might have
Russell
been the
Westbrook
only
who got.
player.
We talking about a
Exactly.
We talking about a
Right
Russell
now,
Westbrook who got to the Los Angeles Lakers and was sold one thing and it was something completely different. On top of him being sold something that was completely different, the coach talked him into coming off the bench where he thrived coming off the bench. He was in the sixth man of the league. He was in the sixth man of the year conversation. He goes to the Clippers and that thing looks like it's getting even better. Now he gets to the playoffs. If Kawhi Leonard could stay healthy, they beat the Phoenix Suns and they rolling with Russell Westbrook. For you to sit here and say that he's at the bottom of the point guard list, give me legit logic on how he's at the bottom of the league.
He's a loser. There you go. That's my logic.
Screw it. I want to put Trae Young and Killian Hayes.
Goddamn,
Put Trae Young and Killian Hayes.
LaMelo Ball, he's a loser. Get out of here, man.
All right.
But I mean, so if that's true, so we doing that. The next dude, he and Killian Hayes too.
Watch this.
The next dude.
Watch this.
He's with Killian Hayes too.
Watch this. Chill. Just watch this. Chill. Ticket. Damian Lillard.
Did we lose Ticket? I think we lost Ticket.
I hope I made him walk off the set with that Russ pick. If we sit there and talk about losers, that's the biggest loser on this list.
He at the bottom of the list too.
Hey Damo, you going to hell for that pick right there.
Straight there with gasoline draws, Ticket.
I got first class tickets. My feet gonna be
With
up all the way.
gasoline draws.
My feet gonna be up all the way. I already know.
Mother
I
boy.
got first class seats.
That bitch just slid. He
When I
slid
get
down
down
a
there-
razor blade
when
into
I
an
get down
alcohol
there-
river into hell with gasoline draws on.
When I get down there, Lucifer is gonna give me a job. I'm gonna have a job opportunity when I get down there. I promise you. I already know.
Hey, who I got?
You got
Dub?
Dame. You got Dame.
You got Damian Lillard.
I got Dame Dollar.
Dame. Or as you would call him, what you call him, Ticket?
I call him Lame Dollar.
Lame Dollar.
Yeah, I gotta put him as a B plus. Put him at the leader of the B plus. Yeah,
Oh,
I ain't gonna do him dirty.
You did him dirty, but that's better than I expected. A+ behind Luka.
And then
Hey yo, this man. Hey, time out, dog. This man did Russ.
He said he's the worst in the league. Ticket.
He said he's
He said he's the worst in the league.
The worst.
The
Hey,
worst
oh
in
my
the league.
God.
Hey,
He got
dog.
talked into coming off
Hey,
the bench
dog, you ain't never
by
gonna do that,
terrorist.
dog.
Anybody he goes to,
In your
dog,
opinion, in
dog.
your estimation, Damo, he got talked into coming off the bench by a terrorist and thrived in that role. Then gets moved over to the Clippers and comes onto that crew and immediately makes an impact and starting on the playoff.
That's a
But he's
fact.
the worst point guard in the league.
If Darvinham's a terrorist, Russell Westbrook is Osama bin
Bro,
Laden.
without them, hey Damo, without Russ, they probably missed the
They
playoffs.
don't make the playoffs, Ticket. They don't. They
Without
allow
Russ,
it.
they
literally
were in the Western
saved
Conference
their
Finals.
He literally saved their season, bro.
No, he did not. Yes,
Yeah, bro.
trading him saved our season. Him getting traded saved our season. You're right.
No, I'm being honest. No, I'm talking about he saved the Clippers season. He saved their season for them not even making the playoffs, bro. Trust me.
He's the worst point guard in the league. I don't care.
Bro, hey, yo,
Again,
you know, hey,
whoever got
Damo,
Terrence
you
Mann,
know
they're
I'm
gonna
gonna
put
do
him
it.
on Russ
Damo,
spot.
I'm gonna do a video on this.
And make
bad,
it a
bro.
thumbnail, please. And
You
in
was bad, bro.
your video, react to me naming 222 players better than Russ too. On
Well,
top
you
of
was
that,
bad though, dog. For you to say that though,
Just
bro.
put Killian Hayes below Russ. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's crazy.
no, it's my
Killian
pick.
Hayes
It's my
has
pick.
to be
No,
last.
It's
Yeah,
my
the
pick.
disrespect is real, man. The
Dub, do we
disrespect
get
is real.
vetoes? Dub, do we get to make one change? Yeah,
Yes,
you
can.
know my
Yes, you
change.
can. Yes, you can.
Yeah, I know
Terrence Man, Pirate.
That's such an anticlimactic way to end. Terrence,
Yeah, I don't even care. But
Right.
put
Just
him
put him right
put
there.
him in the
nah, he's above Monte Morrison trade.
yeah, sure.
And above Kevin
Whatever.
Porter.
And Kevin Porter Jr. too. Yeah, he ahead of him.
He's
too.
he's top of that tier. Let's be honest. He's top of that tier.
You the best looking at the ugly chicks.
Yeah, put him in.
Okay, my one veto. Move Killian Hayes to the back of the list. Thank you.
Pirate, what's your
What do you say?
Pirate, what's your one veto? You can make any change to the list that you want, only once though. That's it.
I mean, I would do the Westbrook, but it's funny, so I'll leave it alone.
Westbrook, I would never disrespect you the way Domo did.
Me neither.
God, the faces are so small, I can't really
I've been
see.
disrespecting you for 4 years. It won't stop.
I feel like LaMelo Ball should be a little higher.
Okay.
You're correct.
Move him.
Just think about where Jordan Poole is located.
Oh yeah, where sorry, Ticket, but where do you put Jordan Poole?
Right
B+.
there in the B plus.
Damn, I almost want to just move Jordan Poole down, but okay, yeah, do that.
Cool. Ticket, who you moving?
Facts.
Ticket TV.
Can't hear you, Ticket. Think we lost him.
Chilltown. I'm gonna go to you real quick.
Damo up next. Damo, who we moving, Damo?
Nah, I got the last veto, man. You good. Go ahead.
Oh,
You gotta
He's
go,
gonna
though.
move Russell Westbrook back. Dub, that's not allowed. Dub, that's not allowed. There's no way.
Halliburton goes ahead of Jordan Poole, man. He goes ahead.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
He's ahead of Marcus Smart too. Let's be honest.
Halliburton goes ahead. Jordan Poole. Ticket TV. You there?
We should have just moved Jordan Poole down.
I was with it, but I had to get Killian Hayes in his proper position.
No way. Where's Ticket? All right, Damo. I know what you about to do. You want that?
Nah. Mine was gonna be the Tyrese Halliburton one, but Ticket already did it for me. So now everyone knows what I'm about to do. Move Russ to the back of the list. He's the worst. That's my one veto.
Oh my god,
bro.
yo, this is terrible.
All right, so
How
since
is
Ticket's
Killian
not
Hayes
here,
not last on the list.
so since Ticket's not here, let me read off our top point guards in the league in order. All in the A+ tier, we have Steph, Lucas, Shea, Ja. In the A tier, we have De'Aaron Fox, Jalen Brunson, James Harden, Jamal Murray, Drew Holiday, Trae Young. B+ leading the tier is Damian Lillard, Darius Garland, Kate Cunningham, Marcus Smart, LaMelo Ball, Tyrese, and Jordan Poole. B tier is D'Lo, Chris Paul, CJ, Malcolm Brogdon, and Tyus Jones. C+ tier is Fred VanVleet, Mike Conley, Kyle Lowry, Ayo, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Markelle Fultz. L tier is Terrence Mann, Ben Simmons, Kevin Porter Jr., Trey Jones, Monte Morris.
Yeah.
And the two people all at the bottom is in the Killian Hayes tier. Killian Hayes.
I'd like to.
and
I'd actually like to move Fox up to the A+ tier. I think he's A+.
Yeah,
Terrence Mann is also
move
too low.
Tyrese.
We put Terrence Mann in the. Terrence Mann is like way too low, but it's fine.
Man, that was a good
Killian
one.
Hayes is somehow too high, but it's fine.
Let's get some of these super chats off, boys. So Phil Jacks lied about Kobe's defense? Question mark.
No, Phil Jackson gave his opinion on Kobe's defense, and people are entitled to disagree with him, just like anyone else.
Word. Read the Bleacher article about Braun deserving DPOY from Toussaint. Tick, explain how defensive rating is calculated from Tick-Boy. I guess that's what we was talking about, Patty Mills.
Mhm.
Patty's defensive rating that year wasn't 97.8. Check it. So the article was wrong. Wow.
On Basketball Reference, the lowest defensive rating Patty Mills ever had was 102, but that's Basketball Reference.
Mm.
And that's defensive rating.
Yeah, it's also a trash stat, but it's basketball.
Anybody that whenever you talk to me about defensive rating, which these stats do matter. I ain't gonna fight that. But when defensive rating is your meat and potatoes of your argument, I immediately let you know, just so you know, Larry Bird has a higher defensive rating than Scottie Pippen. I just want to put that on your mind.
Defensive rating is only reasonably applicable when you're talking about teammates on the same team in the same year compared to each other.
That's all I'm gonna say, Damo. Larry Bird got a higher defensive rating than Scottie Pippen. That's it.
Well, defensive rating, the lower
Larry was
numbers
playing
matter
defense,
to me,
man.
but-
Larry was real at the defender.
Got you. From UIT, I'm not gonna say all that. Do y'all see Jalen Brunson being something like the CP3 of the new generation?
No, he doesn't
Do you-
play anything.
No, not
I see him actually
really.
winning. So I see him actually.
He doesn't play anything like Chris Paul, so no.
Yeah,
No, no, he does. No, he does not.
He reminds me of Sam Cassell, but that's good.
Maybe a better. Wow, I didn't think about that, Mars. Maybe a better version, maybe a more athletic version of Sam Cassell.
Yeah, just because like he's like the only guard I can think of who really uses the post game as much as he does, and Sam Cassell.
Right.
And I would say Andre Miller, but Andre Miller was a better passer, so Sam Cassell.
Oubre is such a good defender, which would explain why he isn't on a roster yet.
I was about to say when you said Chill's gonna watch Uber, I'm like, where in Lithuania? Like, where is he at?
Yeah.
So he ain't even.
Where are you gonna watch
I'm
Uber?
glad he said that. I'm glad he just said that because he ain't even on the right roster. Okay.
That's crazy. Serviceable is not great or elite. Patty Mills was serviceable defensively at his size. Stop the cap ticket.
Patty Mills was good at being hidden.
Dub slow. Come on.
Which would explain that. Which would explain that system. The San Antonio Spurs system was exactly that. They were really good at hiding your deficiencies, kind of like what the Utah Jazz were in the 90s. Jerry Sloan was really good at hiding guys offensively and defensively. He was really good at guys like Shandon Anderson, guys like Howard Isley, Jacques Vaughn. He was really good at hiding those guys.
Word. From Drink More Water, from a talent perspective at that time and from an all-time ranking, was Harden and Westbrook the best backcourt in NBA history?
No, they not better than Pearl and Walt Frazier.
Stephen Clay.
Stephen Clay.
Stephen Clay.
I mean, from a talent perspective, I'm pretty sure.
Weston Goodrich.
Jerry
James
West and
Harden,
Gail
James,
Goodrich.
they're both that. Well, it depends how you feel about Westbrook. They're both top 15 in time in that position.
Well, that's what I was about to say, because what that question is insinuating is you just going off these guys specifically from a talent perspective.
Yeah, ignoring fit, ignoring how well they play, just
that's
purely
all you
talent.
going off of. You just going off these dudes, this talent, and you want to put these guys in terms of a talent up against other teams or other backcourts in terms of talent. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that they were better. Were they better from a talent standpoint and a fit standpoint than Joe Dumars and Isaiah?
From a fit standpoint, no, but from a talent standpoint, I'd say yes.
Yeah,
I think from a talent
standpoint, I'd say yes.
Yeah, from a talent standpoint, I'd say they probably.
But are you talking about like their talent like later on in their career or right in that year?
Well, 2020 Russell Westbrook and 2020 James Harden, from a talent standpoint,
they still were pretty damn good. I mean, I think Russ was like 27 and 8 that year, and I think James Harden was something crazy like 26 and 9.
James Harden averaged 34 that year.
34, I'm sorry. And Russ was like 27 and 8, something goofy like that. Did they not get mopped out the playoffs in the second round, by the way?
They lost to the Lakers, but Russ was hurt. Yeah, by the Lakers, yeah. I remember that first game, PJ Tucker had a masterclass on Anthony Davis. Everyone was talking about how PJ Tucker was the Anthony Davis.
They didn't win another game after that.
Yep, it went downhill.
Ben Simmons bringing the chip to Shanghai, I guess.
No, I think you're wrong about that.
I got a funny feeling he might bounce back.
I do too, Pirate. I do. I got a funny feeling that Ben Simmons. I just got to know if he wants to play basketball more than anything. That's it for me more than anything. Does he want to play basketball? Because the talent is there, the game is there. Does he want to play?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't put money on it either way, but I don't know. My gut says maybe.
In street clothes in an actual Brooklyn uniform.
Is this based off last year Poole versus Tyrese from Mouse Strip?
It's based on nonsense. Tyrese Halliburton's better.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Chill, you bugging. Fultz is a tier over Curry and Luka.
I agree.
Goat.
Markel Fultz?
Yeah, Markel.
I think he's trolling.
Okay. Trolling. What's Markel Fultz this year, though?
Okay.
What pick was Luka in the draft? What pick was Steph Curry in the draft?
Shut up.
Okay,
Necro X. Y'all see the 2K trailer? Jordan Poole calling for an Alsa. I saw a Draymond LMFAO.
No, that's funny.
And they had him hitting the shot. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's funny as hell. Shout out to Devin, IO or OY, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Necro, All Gas, Shot Spotter, and No Mark TV for becoming YouTube members. Welcome to the family, man. And that's going to conclude today's episode of the panel. You guys have any final words?
Well, James
I just
Bell
saw-
asked a question about NFL. If you want to answer.
He literally just did it. Any feelings on Ezekiel Elliott deal with the Patriots?
I like it. I do like it. I like him playing with the Patriots. I think that it's an incentive-based contract. I think that this is a make or break year for Belichick. I think that offensive line got better. I think this is going to help Mac Jones. He's not going to be a workhorse back where they're giving him the football 25, 30 times, but I think they're going to use him in different packages where they get him in the backfield, where they get him in screens, where they get him in dump offs. And I think he's going to help their offense because he's not the workhorse back that he was in Dallas. No, but I think it's good. I think he's going to help them. Yeah, I do. Buffalo's still a class of that division, though.
Yeah, right, man. Fuck the Patriots. Fuck the Patriots and Zeke. Fuck Dalvin Cook to the Jets. If it's not about them Fins, it don't matter. Big Fin shit. Only about them Dolphins. If it ain't about the Dolphins, it don't matter.
Yo,
Yeah,
I saw you
Mars,
I saw you guys are gonna.
Miami Dolphins.
You know who the Miami Dolphins are? That mid, you know that chick in school that she's a 6, but she really thinks she like a 10, which is now making her a 4. That's who the Miami Dolphins.
Isn't Tyreek Hill on that team?
Whoa,
Yeah.
Don't disrespect
And
my team.
Tua
Like that.
Dolphins
Tagovailoa.
are
Not
mid.
disrespect my
That's
don't
what they
disrespect my
are.
team like that. We are one of honestly.
They're
on
a
paper,
6. They're a decent looking chick who thinks she's better looking than
there's
what
no
she
way.
is.
There's
She
no
can't
way.
come to school every day. You know why? Because every time you turn around, she got a goddamn headache, or she don't have period, or some
All right,
nonsense
that's
like that.
All right,
That's
the
what's
headache
going on
was
with
low.
them.
That's a
Add
fact.
that
That's
to
a
the
fact.
fact.
Low.
Add
That's
that
real
to
low.
the add that to the fact
That's real
that she got
low.
all kind of nonsense going on at home, but she'll clean herself up a little bit
Nonsense?
and not look bad. But now you want to turn this chick into a 9-10 when she a 5 at best. Give me a break on the Dolphins.
Man,
They're
we're
mid.
gonna- we about to be a top. We're about to be the 6th best offense going into the season.
She thinks she get what she wants. She really
Dog,
But
does.
she
how long
don't,
till
dog.
open gym?
Y'all be easy.
She the chick that's laughing when she don't realize that we laughing at you. The joke's on you.
The Dolphins is the chick that in the movie she
Yo,
had the glasses on and everybody thought she was mid. She take them glasses off, you realize she a baddie. That's who the
She's
Dolphins
still
are.
mid.
That's who the Dolphins
She's
are.
just a little bit
Took
better
them
looking
glasses
than mid.
off.
She's still kind of
We
corny.
tell her to put those glasses back on, please.
Get that
You
shit.
feel me?
She just took the glasses off. She took the glasses off, Damo. You realize, you know what? She got a fat ass, but she's still mid though.
Oh man. All right.
Give me a
Salute
break.
to y'all. Y'all be
Crazy.
easy. Like the video, subscribe. Take it light.
But take it.
There we
Yeah,
go.